It is May Day in Boston, and tonight at the home of the Bruins, once again, Beantown will once again try to stave off elimination, just as they did in Game 5 of this opening round Stanley Cup playoff series just a few days ago. David Pasternak's overtime goal forcing Game 6 and keeping the Bruins season alive. Now they return home tonight with the Sabres attempting to clinch their first playoff series win in nearly 20 years. And hello one and all, I'm Matthew Owens, and welcome to Boston. Thanks for having us in for Game 6 between the Bruins and the Sabres. As we mentioned, it is May Day here in Boston, but of course in the city of Buffalo, when it comes to playoff hockey, May Day means something totally different. Tonight, the Sabres hoping to celebrate May Day with a huge playoff series win over the Bruins as we get set to go here tonight in Boston. The scenario is simple. The Sabres up 3-2. If they win tonight, they move on into the second round. Boston with a win forces a decisive Game 7 on Sunday. The starting goaltenders tonight. Alex Lyon gets his fourth straight start in goal for Buffalo. 2-1 so far in this series with a goals against of 118 and a terrific save percentage of .953. The 33-year-old goaltender from Baudette, Minnesota has taken over for Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Jeremy Swayman for Boston. He started all 5 games in this series and he stopped 25 of 26 on Thursday in the Game 5 victory. From Anchorage, Alaska, he gets the start once again for the Bruins, and we are ready to go here in Boston tonight. Bruins were the decided underdogs in this series, but they have forced a Game 6, now try to push it to a 7th. Tage Thompson will meet up at dead center with Pavel Zacha. And it's time to drop the puck in Game 6. We are underway in Boston. The Bruins able to control the face-off. Then the Sabres got control of it, and it's shot in deep where Swayman puts his glove hand over it to stop play, and we get a whistle just 10 seconds in. Well, you know the story by now. Boston had a great start to the series on the road in Game 1, got on top of the Sabres early before Buffalo roared back to get that emotional Game 1 victory. Then Boston won on the road in Game 2. Then 2 straight wins for the Sabres on the road. Had a chance to clinch it Tuesday night in Boston, but lost 2-1 in overtime. Face off to the left of Swayman. Control to the boards by the Sabres. Swept around towards the near corner to the right of Swayman. It's available in a board battle, and it's dug out by Marat Huznetdinov, who gets it up the near wall to Pavel Zacha. Hits the brakes on the half wall. Turned it back to the point where Pasternak's shot redirected wide to the right of Alex Lyon. Cleared out to center. A quick re-entry for Pasternak, whose diagonal feed up the slot for Zacha was picked off, and Tage Thompson cleared it out to center, directed in deep. Swayman moves it along to his right. In the corner on the near side, Elias Lindholm tried to play it back into the trapezoid for Jonathan Aspero, the rookie from Quebec, getting run into by the Buffalo forecheck, and the Sabres able to force a takeaway from the far half wall. Wheel-around shot was blocked by Aspero. In the corner, it's available. Casey Mittelstadt gets to it for Boston, not out. Someone's lost a glove over in the far corner. That is Buffalo's Josh Norris returning into the lineup tonight. Played to the line, not out. D-to-D sent this way. Bowen Byram sends it into the near corner. Connor Timmins back up high. Byram with a long shot wide to the left of Jeremy Swayman. Puck is free out of the far corner. Losing the handle was Buffalo's Owen Power. Elias Lindholm tries to use the boards to get it out on the far side and does. Out to center. A recollect by Byram, the former Colorado Avalanche. Won the Cup with Colorado in 2022 in front of the penalty box doors. Got tied up by Morgan Geekie. Squirts to the stick of Henry Jokiharju, a former Buffalo Sabre. Gets it to the line diagonally. Alex Steeves twirls it in. First one to it behind the Buffalo net is Byram. Up the near wall, Power. Long diagonal stretch feed, and over the line with space comes Jason Zucker. In towards the front, through the blue paint he goes with his skates and out. Couldn't pull the trigger on a shot in tight. Loose puck backhanded up the near wall and out by Steeves. Run down by Connor Timmons of Buffalo, and he'll start it back ahead for the Sabres from our right to our left in this first period. Over the line of the right wing, it's sauced diagonally across, but the Sabres are in over the line offside, which yields a whistle. Pastrnak with that overtime goal on Tuesday, forcing this Game 6. Pasternak's had a terrific series, and there's been a number of times through this series where you could say Boston has been the better team. Of course, they were the decided underdogs against Buffalo, the team that won the Atlantic Division. Sabres control the face-off in neutral territory from the red line, played over the line in deep to the Boston zone. And behind the net, trying to center one out in front was Jordan Greenway, but it's picked off by Sean Kuraly. Kuraly played it carefully along the inboards. Nikita Zadorov gets it out all the way down. This will go to the right of Lyon, who's forced to play it as the Bruins were on it to avoid icing. Michael Kesselring in the lineup for Buffalo gets it out to center. Shot right back in by the Bruins, and it goes off of a stick on the far wall that had been dropped. Kesselring spins it back out to center again. Picked up by Huznetdinov. Diagonal out to center for Charlie McAvoy, who sent it rink wide. Over the line of the left wing, Pastrnak is across offside. Gets another whistle. We've yet to have a shot on goal through nearly the first 3 minutes. Mentioned Michael Kesselring in the lineup. Has not played so far in this series prior to tonight. He only played 34 games in the regular season. Just about 3 minutes gone in the first period. No score. Face-off in neutral territory controlled by Buffalo. Rasmus Dahlin sent it rink wide in neutral territory where it could be backhanded in by Tage Thompson behind the net. Move to the far corner. Up the wall, it's turned over by the Bruins. Puck loose at the line on the near side. Could not be held in by Dahlin. He couldn't get to it. Pastrnak tried to sweep it into the Buffalo zone, which he did, but the Sabres are on it with Krebs, who plays it up the left wing side, and over the line is Tuck. Dropped it off into the top of the left circle. Thompson for Dahlin on the dot. Had it knocked away. Then he got it back. Center spot. And he score! Alex Tuck on the back door scores the opening goal of Game 6, and the Sabres have an early lead on the road. Alex Tuck on the back door feed has a very early Game 6 opening goal. A great cross-crease feed by the Buffalo captain Rasmus Dahlin, and Tuck is there, stationed out in front to redirect it home over the glove of Swayman, and Buffalo is out in front 3.5 minutes in. And Alex Tuck, who had one of the best seasons of his career, 33 goals, just his third career 30-goal campaign, gets the goal here, his fourth of the series, and the Sabres are out in front. Play restarts, and Boston carries in over the line on the far side. Alex Steeves put it in deep. Sabres get to it behind the net, and Owen Power will flip it out to center, and right up the middle comes Zach Benson. Over the line, drops it off in space in the right circle. Shot taken, and that deflected, I think, past Swayman, and already we're getting a wave-off signal as Doan shot that towards the net, and it did end up past Swayman. It was redirected in by a high stick from Zach Benson. That goal obviously will not be allowed. And the officials were right on it. Benson reaching out with his stick, which was clearly way over top of the crossbar. My goodness, he took a baseball swing at that. Yeah, he reached up out of the zone to hit that fastball. He's batted it in with a high stick, so that waved off. Stays 1-0 Buffalo. But what a start for the Sabres, who go out in front early in a series where they have scored plenty of goals. 16 goals they've scored in the first 5 games of the series. Play restarts, and Boston controls the face-off. It's wired in up the far boards by Nikita Zadorov. Sabres get to it in their defensive zone. Bowen Byram on the near wall flexes it out to center, and it's chipped off the stick of Ryan McLeod and out of play. So Buffalo, on the first shot on goal of the game, takes a 1-0 lead. as Rasmus Dahlin activating from the blue line with a centering feed that found Tuck. And Buffalo at 2:25 in the first period get the opening goal. Neutral zone face-off in front of the penalty box doors near dot. Swatted back into the Buffalo zone by the Sabres. Dahlin lifts it up and out of the zone. Pawed down by Elias Lindholm, and the Bruins will look to restart up the left wing side. Kesselring reverses it right back out. Puck is scrapped for in front of the Buffalo bench. It comes to the logo in neutral territory, where swinging and missing on it was Andrew Peeke. Then he got hit hard. Zadorov will track it back down to the Boston zone, and the Bruins will restart. Corrali touched it over the line to be brought over by Tanner Jeannot. On the right circle, tried to put one into the middle, intercepted by Thompson, and fed on out to center and flipped in towards Swayman, who has to catch it. And with Thompson breathing down his neck, he has to put it in his pocket and get a whistle. Well, the Bruins have not spent much time ahead in this series in their home rink, and they're already behind here tonight at home. In fact, they've only spent 7.5 minutes leading this series here inside the TD Garden. Offensive zone draw won by Buffalo from the far half wall. Shot on the short side, shielded and held by Swayman on the bid by Connor Timmins from the half wall from St. Catharines, Ontario. Turns into just the second shot on goal of the game. But what a start for Lindy Ruff's team. Ruff, of course, who was the longtime Sabre head coach from 1997 to 2013, returning here a couple of years ago, and he has led Buffalo to a great season in the playoffs for the first time since 2011, trying to win a playoff series for the first time since 2007. Face off to the left of Swayman, far circle, controlled by Buffalo, which has not been the norm at the face-off dot in this series. Timmins spins it in deep in back of the goal. Tuck tried to get around the body of Kuznetsov. Up the far wall, it's available, and it's Kuznetsov that comes up with it. He'll fly out to center, reaches the red line and tossed it forward. Now it comes back to him off the stick of Pasternak, where he could knife it in deep. First to it is Matthias Samuelsson for Buffalo, sniped out to center. McAvoy to recover. Played it rink wide in his defensive zone. Henry Jokiharju, the former Sabre, up the middle. Pasternak over the line. Kuznetsov wide of the dot of the left circle, shot it through the blue paint and out. Came to Jokiharju again from the right point. Played it hard off the far wall. Zacha, sharp angled shot, hit a body out in front. Karammed along to the right corner. Pinching in Jokiharju. Rink wide to the left circle. Pasternak with a shot blocked down before it got to the goaltender Lyon from the left point. It's held in the zone by Hampus Lindholm. Jokiharju high to low in the direction of Zacha, but it got through him and cleared out by Timmins, and the puck bounces out to neutral territory, and the Sabres are on it. Tuck is over the line. He'll hammer it in deep around the boards. Comes out to the near half wall where the Sabres hold the zone at the left point. Bowen Byram spins his way around a Bruin. In the slot, he turns it back towards the left point. Owen Power gets to it, plays it back to the center point. Zach Benson had to come back to get it, but there's a delayed penalty coming up here on Boston, so going to the bench is Alex Lyon, and the Sabres with an extra attacker out here. We'll start out to center with Tage Thompson. Right up the middle, strikes red, then blue. Thompson tried to forward it for Ryan McLeod. It's broken up and touched up by the stick of Steves, and that will yield a whistle. And Buffalo's going to the power play here. So the Sabres already in front. Alex Tuck with an early goal, and it will be Elias make that Hampus Lindholm, who will be in the sin bin for a cross-check, which will put Buffalo on the power play. 6.5 minutes in, Sabres up 1-0 and up a man. When we return, and what an electrifying start for Buffalo on the road, who again won the 2 games here in Boston earlier in the series, games 3 and 4. Game 3 they won by 2. Game 4 they won by 5, a dominating 6-1 win. And Game 4 last Sunday here in this building. We are just underway, Game 6, Buffalo and Boston, Stanley Cup playoffs. Glad to have you along for the ride once again on a Friday night. It is an incredibly busy weekend on the channel, as we'll have a An NBA playoff Game 7 tomorrow night between rivals. In fact, we'll be right back at the TD Garden in Boston, as it were, for the Celtics and 76ers. Game 7 of their Eastern Conference first-round series tomorrow night at 7:30. NASCAR is in Texas on Sunday. And, of course, we very well could have Stanley Cup playoff Game 7s on Sunday, all to be determined by what happens tonight between Montreal, Tampa Bay, and Utah, Vegas, and, of course, this game. JT is with us tonight, which is
We've got a challenge.
Oh, we have a banana ball challenge. It was interesting. I said baseball swing earlier tonight, and we have baseball, of course, in the background here behind the scenes because JT is watching banana ball.
Overturned.
We just like to challenge in every sport these days, don't we?
Indeed, yeah. And, well, the challenge is actually doing a decent thing there and not being wasted. Well done, Banana Ball. Yeah, hello, I'm dueling today, but I'm going to shut up because the puck is on the ice and we're about to face off.
Face off to the left of Jeremy Swayman. Buffalo on the power play. They've struggled on the man advantage in this series, just 1 out of 20. Dahlin in Game 5 at home had their first power play goal of the series. Boston wins the draw, gets it to the line, not out. Thompson for the left point held it in. Tuck, rink wide, spun it to the right circle for Norris, wide of the dot of the right circle. Norris searching for an option, sends it down low. Zucker had to pick up a bouncing puck. Around this way for Thompson. On the near half wall, up top Dahlin, back to Norris, bumped on back for Dahlin from straight away. A shot redirected wide by Zucker, and the Bruins get to it and scramble it out. Not all the way down. It's to the red line. Dahlin picks it up. Bruins still able to change. Dahlin pokes it up the far wall. Tuck in the corner. Swipes it around Thompson. Then Zucker touched on Dahlin to the right circle. Norris a drive, and he missed the net wide. At the left point, Dahlin able to hold the zone. Walks the line from left to right. Rasmus Dahlin steps down the slot. Feeds Thompson. Thompson to the net, and that's gloved down and held by Jeremy Swayman. So Swayman with a save on Tage Thompson.
Matthew,
JT,
just quickly, how often is it a broken bat makes it past first base?
I wouldn't say that's something that happens all that often.
We just had a baseball bat make first base.
Goodness gracious. Face off to the right of Swayman. Sabres win the draw. Thompson directed at center point Dahlin. Back for Thompson into the slot between the circles. Norris tried to feed it to his right. No one was there. Loose puck off the wall. Picked up and cleared by Jonathan Aspero. All the way down on Lyon, who keeps it going for Dahlin halfway through the penalty time. Dahlin through center. Diagonally drifts to his right. Drops it off. Ryan McLeod gaining steam over the line. Drop for Jason Zucker. Back for McLeod. Hard around the dasher. To the far wall, it's Doan. Bottom of the right circle. Rink wide to feed McLeod. Up top, Dahlin a drive. Bodied off by Swayman. Rebound free. Zadorov found it and was able to clear it all the way down. A heavy shot by Dahlin, and Swayman able to parry it aside. Bowen Byram back to rescue for Buffalo, 3/4 of the way through the penalty time. Quinn fed it over the line of the right wing. Dahlin back for Quinn. Around the dasher this way. Benson wide of the dot of the left circle. Trickled it to the line. Byram for Doan again. Top of the right circle on the wall. Wedges it for McLeod. Up top Byram. Now McLeod one more time. Who's Nadinov in front of him to the goal line. Benson. A stop it. Stopped. Rebound free in the blue paint. Doan couldn't find it. Who's Nadinov does. Chips it off the near window. Not out. Then he lost his stick. Who's Nadinov. Held in the zone, but penalty time is up. But now we get a whistle to stop play. So play is stopped just as penalty time winds down, and perhaps we might be getting another penalty here. We'll wait for confirmation of what the reason for this whistle is. Thought it was Huznetdinov that lost his stick. Actually, it was him getting tangled up with Benson, and Benson, in turn, lost his stick. Face-off will come out to neutral territory here. No penalty, so we're back to 5 skaters aside. Sabres on the power play. Now just 1 for 21 in this series. That has been a major struggle for a team that is still up in the series. They win the face-off. Samuelson got it up the middle and over the line. Jordan Greenway fed it to the right point where it spun back in deep. Greenway in back of the goal. Sends it to the top of the right circle. Shot taken by Owen Power. Hit a stick and deflected up and out of play. Just about 9 minutes gone here in this first period, and already a 1-0 lead for Buffalo. Alex Tuch getting his 4th goal of the series. He has at least 1 point now in in 5 of the 6 games in this series. Of course, longtime Vegas Golden Knight. Played a lot of playoff games, 66 in fact, with Vegas. Face off to the left of Swayman. Boston controls this one, as they have done most of the series. Pastrnak steamrolls out to the near red line, chips it in, tries to charge after it, and delivers ahead on power. In back of the goal, Casey Middlestat directs it to the left circle. Zacha in the slot, had it taken away from the right point. McAvoy high to low. Pastrnak off the end wall, able to send it into the slot. Zacha couldn't control it. It's picked up by the Sabres, and out they come. A self-pass into the offensive zone by Beck Mallenstein. He'll get to it out of the far corner, but he's outmanned 1-on-3. A stick snaps in the far corner as Pavel Zacha comes up to pick up the loose puck and tried to loft it out to center. It nearly went out of play, stayed in. Byram intercepted, taken over the line, then he loses it, and here come the Bruins the other way again. Steves on the right wing, can't gain entry because of the defense of Thompson, so he jackknifes it in. Buffalo gets to it. Byram will look to establish the breakout. Snaps it through center. A fastball that deflects off Zadorov into the far corner to the left of Swayman. Zadorov and Tuch battling for the loose puck. It comes between the circles right in front of Swayman. Alex Steves is there to scoop it, and he'll loft it out to center from the far red line. Fraser Minton dumps it in deep to the Buffalo zone to our right. Comes around to the right circle. Pinching in is Andrew Peak. Taken away by Byram, who's been active early. He'll take it through center and over the line. He's outmanned 1-on-4, and he's smothered by black sweaters and gold numbers. It's taken away, and it could be a leak out the other way. Middlestat into the left circle. A shot stopped, and the rebound stopped as well by Lyon as he robs Middlestat twice. Zach Benson on the loose change will circle back into the Buffalo zone. And the Sabres will catch their breath after Casey Middlestat had 2 unbelievable chances. Here's Dahlin drifting right inside the red line. He'll backhand it in. Swayman stops it in back of the goal. Leaves it there, and now the breakout will be established by the Bruins. McAvoy through center. Mark Kastelik tries to squeeze down the near wall into the Buffalo zone, but he's beaten to the puck in the near corner by Power, who played it off to the far corner. Matthias Samuelsson return for Power to the left of Lyon. Snaps it out to center. It's intercepted. And here come the Bruins with it again. Kastelik, rink wide. It bounces off the boards right in front of the Boston bench to McAvoy. Long-time Boston Bruin. Fastballs it over the line. Kastelik carries in. Backhands across to the right circle. Waiting for it. Corrali couldn't direct it goalward. It's taken away by Buffalo. And here they come. Over the line and up the middle came Jack Quinn. Trying to direct it to the right circle. Never got it to his target. And it's backhanded out to center by Corrali. Picked back up by Buffalo's Jack Quinn, and over the line, a drop pass, intercepted. Corrali on it again. Up the middle, Pastrnak carries over the line, hands it off in the left circle. Huznadinov with a shot that hit the side of the cage. Came out to the left point. Long wrister, never made it to Lyon. Deflects into the far corner, where it's careened up the boards and brought out to center by McLeod. McLeod knifed it back to Byram. Doesn't feel like Byram's left the ice all game, and he loses it out to center. Zacha darts it in towards Huznadinov. He gets shouldered off by Jason Zucker, and the Sabres look to bring it back up. Elevated out to center by Connor Timmins. It drops over the line at the stick of Zucker, who spun it into the slot for a shot that missed the net wide. From the right by Thompson, who gets to the rebound near corner. To the left point, Dahlin. Down the near wall, Thompson working in back of the goal. Feeds the bottom of the left circle. Krebs comes out on the half wall, now back to the line. He'll drop it off at the left point. Long wrister, score! Matthias Samuelsson from long range doubles Buffalo's lead. Matthias Samuelsson, his 2nd goal of the series. And the Sabres are up 2-0 on the road. Sneaks it in through an absolute car wreck of traffic in front of the net, in front of Swayman. Made it impossible for Swayman to see. And Buffalo, on 5 shots on goal, has scored twice. Samuelsson had that enormous 3rd period goal of game 1. He scores here to make it 2-0 in Game 6. Face-off to restart play controlled by Buffalo. Attacking from right to left, white sweaters, royal blue numbers, gold trim, trickled in to the Boston zone behind Swayman. Comes to the near corner, Morgan Geekie gets run into by Owen Power. Squirts out behind the net, Lindholm banks it up the far walls and out. Here comes Geekie, right wing it over the line. His shot, body down by Lyon. Rebound bouncing around into the near corner, and Power is able to locate it behind the net. Tries to leave it there for Norris, but he got run into. Middlestat comes up with the loose puck on a forechecking takeaway. From straight away, Hampus Lindholm stick handles, shoots a long wrister that deflects through traffic and goes up and out of play. Matthias Samuelsson, only moments after Alex Lyon robbed Casey Middlestat not once but twice to keep it 1-0. Then it's Samuelsson with a long-range wrister that gets through on Swayman, and it's a 2-0 lead for Buffalo, and what a start for the Sabres as they look to close out this best-of-7 first-round series. And JT, that's just life in playoff hockey. A chance at one end unconverted, and then not much of a chance at the other end, but it sneaks through.
I can barely hear you because I've got the Star Spangled Banner blaring in my ears from NASCAR three-way ceremonies. But yeah, that is how playoff hockey is. I love this new system. I bet 8 minutes ago you had no idea that I was talking on the NASCAR broadcast.
Not at all. Not at all.
This system is incredible. I can press 2 buttons and it switches me from Discord to OBS. Why are we on top of a ladder? Why?
By the
what
way,
is happening?
a nice hefty hello to our good friend Christian Malley in the chat section.
He said the thing. Hello, Christian. Oh, here we go.
And again, if you are new to what happens around here while JT's on, more times than not, he is producing and scoreboarding the game while also watching Banana Ball in the background, and they have 2 ladders out for reasons known only to them. They have 2 ladders out on the field.
Bo, the firefighter mascot, is trying to tightrope, and the tightrope is a fire hose. Oh, he's going once, going twice. Oh, that was close.
Oh, goodness gracious. So,
incredible scenes.
Buffalo out in front 2-0. Still 7 minutes left to fire in this first period. Offensive zone draw for Boston comes to the right of Lyon in the far circle. Puck is dropped and controlled by Buffalo. Buffalo, the worst face-off team in the regular season in the National Hockey League, and Boston ranked 4th. The Bruins have been dominating in the face-off dot in this series. And we have a whistle as Buffalo was trying to break out to center. Bowen Byram got tied up with, I believe that was Minter. Not sure what the reason for the whistle was, however. And in this series, Boston, through the first 5 games, had won over 56% of the faceoffs. Good start in the dot tonight, though, for Buffalo. Good start overall for the Sabres. 2-0 in front. Their 17th and 18th goals of this series. Boston able to win the draw and neutral ice. Kuznetsov sent it down the far wall in deep. First to it is Bowen Byram, who, as I said, doesn't feel like he's come off the ice all game. From the far corner, maneuvers it out to center. Through neutral ice, it's up the middle. Wow, and Zach Benson trying to reach out and grab the puck, got shouldered down. And that will be a penalty upcoming on Jonathan Aspero, the 26-year-old rookie from Quebec, who led this Boston team in plus-minus rating in the regular season as a rookie. He will be escorted to the sin bin for interference there, and that was a pretty easy one as Benson may have had half a step on him, and Aspero took his forearm, his elbow, and just about his whole shoulder and knocked him down, and the Sabres, who have already had a power play opportunity that they didn't score on, but yet they're up 2-0. We'll go on the power play here. Face off to the left of Swayman. Corrali wins the face-off clean for Boston. Behind the net, chipped up the near wall. Kastelik couldn't get it out. Dahlin held it in at the left point, sent it to the right circle for Norris. Norris with bodies around him. Wedges it down the far wall to the corner. Zucker gets stapled to the boards by Charlie McAvoy. Hampus, Lindholm, and Alex Tuck get into that board battle. Puck squirts out to the line. Picked up by Kastelik, who skates the other way 2-on-2. Over the line of the left wing, drops it off. Corrali with a shot, fought off by Alex Lyon, and the Bruins get to it. Short-handed Corrali, more than willing to play it back out to center from beyond the red line, and then right back into the Buffalo zone by Kastelik. And now the Sabres pick it up, and they'll start out. Far red line, Dahlin. A drop for Tage Thompson. Thompson rolling up the left wing over the line. A drop for Zucker. Rink wide Tuck. Tuck sends it down the wall hard around. This way for Norris. Picked it off wide at the dot of the left circle. Indirectly back to the left point, Dahlin. He'll walk the line left to right. Long wrister fought off by Swayman. He's got it, and he won't give it up. Just about halfway through the penalty time. Buffalo on the man advantage, as you see on your screen, and up 2-0. Trying to close out this first round series tonight. They have not won a playoff series since they beat the Rangers in the second round of the playoffs in 2007. It's been nearly 20 years. Of course, they had the longest playoff drought in the sport, snapping that by making it into the postseason for the first time since 2011. Face-off to the left of Jeremy Swayman. McLeod on this face-off against Fraser Minton, the 21-year-old from Vancouver. McLeod cleanly wins it to the far wall where it's scooped up by Byram. Brushed down, back to McLeod. Far corner, Doan. At the goal line, wedged on back for McLeod again. Shot puts it top of the key for Byram. Bottom of the left circle, Quinn. Centering feed in tight. Doan directed it wide of the goal. Into the far corner, it's available. Benson scrapping for it. Plays it up the wall for Quinn. Now Benson again. Rink wide Byram with space. Steps down to the left circle with a shot that went off a skate. Comes to the right circle and McLeod. Still about half a minute left on the penalty time. Quinn directs it to the left circle. Byram hands it back off. Jack Quinn, high slot. Top of the left circle, Byram. Hot pass to the goal line. Couldn't be handled cleanly initially by Doan. Picked it up in the trapezoid. Now McLeod up top. Quinn a drive! And that's stopped and held at the top of the crease by Swayman. And some pushing and shoving after the whistle. Kuznetsov going after Benson, who was in front screening. You will all be stunned to know that 20 minutes before this game, JT had not a clue who Marat Kuznetsov was or is. It's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable how you could not know who Marat Kuznetsov is. He's so well known. Face off to the left of Swayman. Out of the far circle, Bruins win the draw in the defensive zone. Behind the net, McAvoy will snap it almost 200 feet from our left to our right, all the way down on Lyon, who plays it out for Dahlin. Penalty time just about up. Dahlin from the far red line, a drop. Tage Thompson has a runway. Drifts from right to left, over the line. Drop for Krebs to the left point now, taken by Byram. Penalty time is up. Byram puts it in back of the goal. Coming out towards the right circle and shooting one wide was Peyton Krebs, the 25-year-old from Calgary. He gets it back in the near corner. 5 skaters aside. Krebs from the near half wall in deep. Tuck out of the corner. Takes it behind the net against Tanner Jeannot's defense. Tuck a handoff to the far corner. Taking it behind the net on his backhand to the left circle. With the puck comes Power to the left circle, Byram. He's able to work his way down the wall against Aspero just out of the box. Byram activating and plays it back up top. Thompson with a long-range missile. That whistle's wide. Carried along to the far corner, and McAvoy picks it up. Outlets for Aspero. He'll jackknife it out to center. Brought right back over the line quickly by Tyson Kozak. Then he got bumped off the puck, and the Bruins are on it. McAvoy behind the net got pressured quickly. Gets it to the far corner, where it's lifted out by Jokiharju. Bruins out to center and over the line. Pasternak, space in the right circle, a swing and a miss on a shot. Matthias Samuelsson gets to it. Clear to the line, not out. Pasternak back in deep. Centering pass in tight. Stuff bid shut down by Lyon. Rebound swatted to the near wall. Still not out. Pasternak behind the net. Tried a wraparound bid, then got it to the slot for a shot that didn't make it through the traffic. It was blocked by Buffalo's Jordan Greenway, who gets to the loose change and line drives it out with 3 minutes left in the period. Here comes Yokoharu from the near red line. He'll bomb it in right on Lyon, who picks it off with his glove, puts it back down, and the Sabres will start again. Samuelson moves it up the far wall. Owen Power out to center, right wing over red. Passes over blue. Return for Power, and it didn't get to him. And it's taken off the left pad of Swayman and into his glove for a whistle. Stoppage in play with less than 3 minutes to go. In this first period, couple of opportunities for Boston in tight. Alex Lyon, the Lion King on the inside, standing tall. Still 2-goal Buffalo lead. So, JT, it's been a while. It feels like it's been a month since last Saturday, when you were on for a hockey doubleheader, would you believe?
Indeed. I'm trying to find the clip. Here.
Oh boy.
Ready?
Am I meant to watch something? Here we go.
Yes.
All right.
This bat made first.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, you don't often... Wow, that made it all the way out to the right on the edge of the outfield grass. Yeah, that's probably the limit. How far a broken bat could make it. Of course, JT was with us last Saturday when Pittsburgh beat Philadelphia to keep that series alive. That series is of course, now over. The Flyers eliminating the Penguins on Wednesday night with an overtime goal from Cam York. Philadelphia will start the second round on the road tomorrow night in Raleigh against Carolina. Second round is just about fully known. We know Colorado and Minnesota will be a second-round series. We know Carolina against Philadelphia. Last night, Anaheim eliminating Edmonton. So the Ducks will play either Vegas or Utah. And we're still trying to figure out who will play each other in the other Eastern Conference series. Winner of Buffalo-Boston against the winner of Montreal-Tampa Bay. Face off to the left of Swayman to restart play. Controlled by the Bruins. Zadorov will lug it out to center. Muscled along on the right wing to be taken by Peak, who tried to throw one to the middle for Zadorov. Knocked away by a Buffalo stick, and out come the Sabres. Connor Timmins out to center. Finds Dahlin from the logo in neutral territory. He'll lob it into the far corner to the left of Swayman. Zadorov sticks it around the dasher on the far wall. Buffalo kept it in. Yeah, they did. They got it to the right circle, and a shot by Timmins didn't make it to the net. He holds it in, though, sends it to the left point. Dahlin, though, could not handle. Back out to center, and Buffalo will start again. They tag up over the line of the left wing. Tutt drifts to the slot with a shot. Blockered away to the near corner by Jeremy Swayman of Anchorage, Alaska. Kept in at the left point. Samuelson, another long wrister. He scored on one earlier. This one stopped and held by Swayman. Offensive zone time. Buffalo has more than doubled Boston in that. Buffalo spent nearly 6 minutes in this period in the offensive zone. Boston just 2.5. Under 2 minutes to go, first period. Shots on goal, as you see, are 11-6 Buffalo. Where it counts, the Sabres are ahead 2-0. Buffalo wearing white sweaters, royal blue numbers, gold trim. Boston in black sweaters, gold numbers, white trim, and black pants. Face off to Swayman's right. Morgan Geekie will step in after Elias Lindholm was kicked out. So it's Geekie who led the Bruins in goal scoring this year with 39 against McLeod. McLeod won the draw to the point. Shot from there. Didn't make it all the way through behind the net. A centering pass by Zucker. Could not be directed goalward. He gets back to it from below the goal line. Low to high. McLeod, long wrister, missed the net wide to the left of Jeremy Swayman. Puck is available out of the near corner. Grabbed and taken to the perimeter by Samuelson. He'll backhand it in. McLeod couldn't stop it. Comes to the far wall, and the Bruins get to it. Elias Lindholm pops it out to center. Quickly regained by the Sabres. And in their defensive zone, it is Byram, who, as I have mentioned a few times, has been very active in this period. He'll wait in the Buffalo zone to our right. Both teams changing. Now Byram hands it off for Power. Byram will head off to the bench. Power through center, feeds the right wing. Thompson from the red line, guns it in. From the near corner, Krebs couldn't get to it before McAvoy. Bruins break it out. This puck's in all the way down from our left to our right. Should make it for icing, and it does. To stop play with under a minute to go in this first frame. So less than a minute left in this opening period. 2-0 lead for Buffalo. Alex Lyon has stood tall in goal for the Sabres on a couple of occasions. And he has been terrific in this series since he took over for Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. As the faceoff is won back by Buffalo in the offensive zone, but it comes all the way back into their own end, and they'll have to start forward again. Power from the near red line, clapped it ahead. Krebs directed it into the Boston zone. McAvoy got it to the far corner. Clearance attempt did not make it out. Tuck from the right circle with a seam pass across. Never made it to Thompson. Picked up off the wall by Pasternak. Right wing over red over blue. Through a lot of traffic. Pasternak forced off the puck. Came to the right circle. Zacha with a shot went off the stick of Tuck. Karen to the near corner. Kept alive by Huznetdinov. Then Zacha to the net from the half wall off the right pad of Lyon. Pinching in Zadorov. Down the wall for Pasternak. Kept away from him by Thompson, who was able to lollipop it out to center. 7 seconds and 6 left in the period. McAvoy shoots in along the dasher to the far corner to the right of Lyon. Bouncing puck. Sabres are happy to sit on it to hear the horn, and they do. And that is the end of the first period as you hear the horn with everybody else. 2-0. Buffalo in front of Boston through one, and the Sabres, well, maybe it's too early to be counting down the minutes and the seconds, but right now they are 40 minutes away from winning their first playoff series in nearly 2 full decades. Great start on the road for Buffalo. They played so well on the road in this series. They're up a pair at the end of the first.
Well, if you weren't awake before that, you're now awake with the sounding of the buzzer.
Well, indeed you are.
Yes. They were dancing. I missed it, and now we're looking at the booth. Okay.
Fisher who? Fisher Polidorov. Oh, goodness.
Hold on.
Let's see. Yes, go on.
Can I do some magic?
Sure.
What is happening here?
Does it work? I reckon we ought to plug it in and see if it works. It would probably make my voice a little bit more staticky, like we were talking about.
Let me see this. Hold on a second.
Yeah, give it a spin.
We are now to the top of the 7th inning. Oh, it does work.
What?
What is happening?
What is happening? Good gracious. Oh, dear.
They are still doing it. Yesterday.
Yes.
First time in 59 years. Now, that is a long time.
That's a long time.
I was minus however many years.
Oh, thank you.
And for the first time in 59 years, the sport of speedway returned to Northampton International Speedway.
Ah.
And how many people turned up to the event on a Thursday night, on a school night, on a work night?
2,700.
6,000.
Oh, wow. Goodness.
Yeah. There was a mile queue to get in. There was a mile of traffic, and that was from one direction only.
Sounds like North Wilkes.
They had to delay the start by 20 minutes to get people in.
Oh, my goodness.
We were one of the people who were.
Oh, I was pretty confident of that.
leaving college and then going straight 2 hour drive, and yeah, that was a bit tight.
It's a bit tight,
But
wasn't it?
yeah, six. Thank you, Matthew. Uh, six 6,000 people, and the TikTok has blown up.
Oh, the TikTok. Oh, I have to check the TikTok.
2,525 views, 105 likes.
My goodness.
I need to check the TikTok.
Oh, jeez.
This is our favorite part of the broadcast, by the way.
Oh yeah. It's certainly JT's favorite part. Oh, okay. Let's see. Should I do updates? Let's see what we got here.
Well, that is incredible cover images, and I'm a little bit annoyed about that starting grid one because it hasn't got a it hasn't got a Matthew Owens shocked face or anything on it.
Let's see. Let's get some updates here. First off, from Montreal, Lightning and Canadiens still scoreless midway through the second. Of course, Montreal trying to clinch that series tonight. They're up 3-2. So the Canadiens could close out the Lightning, but it is scoreless halfway through the second. That's the only other NHL game going on right now. There is another one tonight, of course. Vegas and Utah will drop the puck at 10 o'clock. In basketball, here we go, folks. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. They have just started the second half in Orlando. The Magic are thrashing the Pistons 60-38. If that score holds up, Orlando will win the series. 8th-seeded Magic would upset the top-seeded Pistons. 8 seeds have not beaten 1 seeds very often in the NBA. Wow. Still a lot of time left, but Detroit's got to get to it. They've got to get to the whip, or their season will come to a stunning end. Also, you've got Game 6 in Toronto. Raptors lead the Cavaliers 42-38. They are about midway through the second, so about 2.5 quarters left in that game. Raptors, if with a win, would force Game 7. Cleveland could win the series by winning tonight. Later tonight at 9:30, Lakers and Rockets. LA was up in that series 3-0. Now it's 3-2. Houston trying to force a Game 7. The SpeedyCash.com 250 at Texas for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series is just underway. They've completed 8 laps. Ben Rhodes leads Jake Garcia. Gio Ruggiero, Zane Smith, and Tanner Gray rounds out the top 5 runners, followed by Cole Butcher. And the 2 Spire trucks, last week's Cup winner at Talladega, Carson Hocevar 7th, Kyle Busch 8th, Stuart Friesen 9th, Caden Honeycutt rounds out the top 10 in that Speedy Cash 250 in Fort Worth, Texas.
Matthew, you check your DMs.
Okay, very good. Have to see what
If
else.
If it will send, please Twitter. There we go. You mentioned the NASCAR.
Oh, there. I like how that looks very much as if the broadcast was just piping in NASCAR. That looks like the Banana Ball broadcast is just showing you NASCAR.
I've got Daniel Suarez in my ears right now.
Yes,
I wish I was joking. The NASCAR Racing Network has Daniel Suarez as a play-by-play.
Oh dear.
Top comment of the day on the JB Motorsports comments live chat at the current moment. Is this a racing league?
Huh?
No, this is
What?
in real life.
What is going on?
This is not online. This is in real life.
No.
Oh boy.
Someone did not seriously send that.
Oh, Matthew.
Oh, what?
A wild ride for Colin Parker.
Oh,
Ready?
I was like, I don't know who that is. Is he in the truck race? Okay, yeah, go on. Oh, oh my gosh, man, they get up there in those cars. Good God, I'm checking out the TikTok on JT's side. There we go. There it is, JT on the Wow, they were very aggressive on that standing start.
You need to listen to it with audio though, because the beat drop happened as they crossed the checkered flag line.
The beat drop. Oh, jeez.
Oh, Bush hit the wall.
Fox.
I thought he was meant to be I thought he was meant to be trying to prove a point after all of the Denny Hamlin stuff, but no, he just goes out and hits the wall.
Fox is in
Why
the
have we
spring
got-
break.
Why have we got karaoke in the bottom of the 7th inning of I Will Survive? I'm assuming this is highlights.
Oh yeah.
They just cut
Yeah.
from a they just cut from a random time to a final score. So yes, that's definitely highlights. Oh, and now we get more adverts. Is this America? Oh,
that,
we're
that ball
back
is
to another
lashed into
game,
right
okay.
center field towards the alley, but that is caught.
Oh, commentator Banana Boy now, are we? Jackie Bradley Jr.
Oh, is that? And you still don't know who's Natinov is?
Who?
Ooh, Kyle Busch did hit the wall. Ooh, boy, he hit it pretty hard.
Is this going to be the replay that I'm going to see? 7-11 is together. Nice. Oh, he got loose. Oh, yeah, bang.
Yeah, that's a pretty hard hit for the guy who has won the last 4 times at Texas in which he has started a truck.
Okay, Oracle. By the way, Oracle, happy Indianapolis month.
Yes, it is the most wonderful time of the year. Get out the old Andy Williams. Yeah, hang up the mistletoe. It is the most wonderful time of the year.
I should have not have taken a drink when you started talking.
Oh, and Kyle Busch is coming to pit road. It's the most
bad
wonderful
idea.
time of
Stop
the
it.
year.
Kyle Busch has a flat tire.
Yeah, he sure does. No, come on, load it up again, Andy. It's the most wonderful time.
I need to stop drinking. It's the second time.
Oh, it is the most wonderful time of the year. I did
There's
send
a
out.
lot of IndyCar in May, and I am here for it.
I did send out earlier today my first edition of 2026 Indianapolis 500 Power Rankings.
Where can I find?
It is on the Twitter.
I love how you put the word "the" before everything. Is that just American humor?
Well, there's a story behind it, but
Oh, is there?
it'd probably have to be told behind the scenes.
Oh, okay. 20 Newgarden, Polo, Malukas, O'Ward, Sato, Daly, McLaughlin, Dixon, Castro, Neves, Rossi, Power, Ferrucci, Rasmussen, Kirkwood, Carpenter. Hold on, why is Carpenter 15th? Anyway.
Do you think that's too high, too low?
He's all right at Indy,
Yeah.
but then again, I couldn't even come up with a top 3, so I don't know why. I don't know why I'm talking. Wait, no. My top 3 would probably be Newgard and Player Award.
Yeah, it was a struggle getting the top 2 were pretty clear in some order. It was difficult who should be on the podium there, Malukas or Pato. I did go, even though Pato is more experienced and has nearly won the race a couple of times, Malukas being what he is on ovals, and now he'll get a crack at it in a Penske. Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm just, oh gosh, I'm so excited. I just cannot.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Cannot hide it. It's 23 days. Oh, we got a truck around in the back straightaway. It's Roper.
Not the biggest loss.
Wow.
Put it out. Put it out.
Corey Roper of Baytown, Texas has gone around. The native Texan.
Should have been from High Point, North Carolina.
You will never, ever, ever in the rest of the whole of your life forget where Ryan Blaney is from.
Have we just had another home run?
Well, there's lights going off. There's Ron Franklin Jr. Ron Franklin Jr. Hold on a minute. I gotta take a picture of that.
All right, there you go.
Ron Franklin. There we go. Thank you, JT.
I don't know what the big thing about that is, but okay. Time to go to the Google.
Oh, you don't have to go to the Google. Just wait for the DM here in just a moment.
Oh, okay.
Why did I need so many vehicles for a single spun truck?
That's a great question. Is banana ball one word or two?
2.
Okay.
If he's an outfielder, did he hit a home run? Hold on. I need to scroll back and see what happened to him.
To see if Ron Franklin Jr. hit a home run.
That went out.
I think people tune into us thinking we could listen to a hockey game, and then in the intermissions, like a stand-up act breaks out.
So I don't think there was a home run.
Oh, that's a shame.
But I don't know why the lights are going up. It's not like the start. Is it the top? The start's the top, right? Goes top, middle, bottom.
Yeah.
Yes. It's not like the top of the 9th on the Firefighters game where they bring out in the hat. Book it.
Yeah, it's not like the top of the 9th where they bring out the singer Sam Timnez and sing "This is how legends are made," and they send all the lights going crazy. Okay, so what is the story here? How is it Seth's favorite podcaster's
Yeah,
son?
so there was an announcer once upon a time ago, and mostly college football, college basketball. His name was Ron.
Is it actually his son?
Probably not. I'm going to go out on a long limb and say no.
Okay.
But, it's fun to think that it is.
Sure.
Sure. Oh my gosh. Good lord. Second period is Moments away from mercifully getting
I
started.
could probably reset a scoreboard or something.
Yeah,
I even forgot to change it to intermission.
this bad stand-up act has been going on.
The best stand-up act.
Oh, that was a shocker.
Oh, shocker.
Ball for sprint. They're going to get it in time. He's going to hold it at first.
Ready for the second period to get
course.
started. There's the Seth response. Puck is down, and it's played by the Bruins into the Buffalo zone. Behind the net, picked up by Matthias Samuelsson. He'll break out to center. Alex Tuck diagonals through neutral territory. Goes off the far boards, and icing is called. Against Buffalo, 17 seconds. Face-off will come to the left of Alex Lyon. Offensive zone draw for Boston. Sabres win the draw from the far corner. Dahlin, he'll lift it up and out. Middlestat tried to paw it down in the logo, but instead it's taken by Tuck outside the line. He'll wire it in. Out of the far corner, it's available. Krebs couldn't control it. And the Bruins are out to center. Middlestat, left wing over red over blue. Middlestat will push it along the dasher in deep to the right circle. Morgan Geekie with a sharp angled shot, didn't make it to the net. Then Elias Lindholm with a shot, and that's kicked away by Lyon. Lobbed on out to center and picked up by the Sabres' Josh Doan. Doan will knife it in deep behind the Boston net. McAvoy works it up the left wall, not out. Board battle to the left of Jeremy Swayman. Two Bruins and two Sabres go after it. It squirts out to neutral territory. Elias Lindholm tried to one-hand it into the Buffalo zone. That was turned out by Doan. Picked back up, and here come the Sabres. Zach Benson on the left wing. He'll wind it in deep. Taken out of the far corner by Morgan Geekie and slapped out to Middlestat. Middlestat tries to start out to neutral ice. He got wrangled up in front of the Sabres bench, picked up by Charlie McAvoy now, and McAvoy will wait for Boston to change. Outletted to be taken off the left wing. Aspero put it in deep out of the far corner. Dahlin worked it back this way. Connor Timmins out to neutral territory. Flagged back down by Zacha over the line. David Pasternak hits the brakes back to the point for a long-range bullet that was kicked out by the right pad of Lyon. Sabres out to center, taken away by Lindholm. Arrowed back the other way. Zacha right way to the circle across. Pasternak, a shot, he scores! David Pasternak gets Boston on the board, and they're back in Game 6. David Pasternak was the overtime hero of Game 5. He's the goal scorer in Game 6, the first for Boston, to get the Bruins back in the game. 2-1, and game on. As Lyon had no shot to get any part of that, Pasternak snipes it in off the feed from Zacha. Face off to restart play, controlled by the Bruins in their defensive zone. Lindholm takes a heavy hit as the puck gets worked up the near wall through neutral ice, taken over the line by Corrali. Cross corners it into the left of Lyon. It's available. Slapped at by Kastelik. Picked up at the right point and taken back out to center by Buffalo. From the far red line, it's darted in deep by the Sabres' Tyson Kozak from the near corner. Played low to high. Kesselring from the right point with a long shot. Missed the net wide to the right of Swayman. Played for the left point high to low. Intercepted. And the Bruins will bring it back out with Tanner Jeannot. Jeannot left wing over red over blue. He'll try a self-pass. He'll get to it in the trapezoid around to the far corner in the skates of a linesman. Sean Corrali picks it up. Checked from behind by Michael Kesselring. Bruins fans wanted a penalty, none given. Comes back to the left point. Zadorov high to low for Corrali. Corrali played it in deep towards the far corner. Alex Steeves low to high bid. Does not get picked up at the line. And the Bruins will have to chase it back down in their own territory. Zadorov lost it to Thompson. Thompson bounced it in towards the near corner. Trying to reverse it out was Andrew Peak, and he gets it to the line, but not out. Dahlin holds it in, hands it off on the left circle. Bowen Byram back to the center point for a drive by Power that got deflected into the corner. Available out of a pile, Zadorov knifes it up the far wall. Bruins get it out. Run back down in the Buffalo zone by Bowen Byram. And the Sabres look to start again, and out to neutral ice. Here they come. Alex Tuck over the line, gets angled off into the boards on the far side by Charlie McAvoy. Bruins on the puck in their defensive zone. McAvoy fires it out to center. Goes off a Buffalo stick into the Buffalo bench. Picked up by Middlestat. Right wing over red over blue. Lost it. Picked it back up. But then got smushed to the boards by Power. Comes to the near corner and it's picked up by Buffalo's Zach Benson. Benson at his own blue line will drop it off. Connor Timmins winds it in from the near red line. Puck goes careening into the far corner. Middlestat and McAvoy, along with a couple of Sabres, trying to dig it out. McAvoy does. Out to center, Morgan Geekie gains the red line and flares it in. Middlestat from the far half wall got run into by Michael Kesselring, who gets it out to center, and here comes Dahlin the other way over the line up the middle. Feeds it back on the right circle. Jack Quinn with a shot. Missed the net wide on the short side. And the Bruins are able to clear it all the way down. This will make it for icing, and we get a whistle 4.5 minutes into the period. So Boston on the board. Pavel Zacha finding a load of space and then feeding it circle to circle for Pasternak. And his bullet beats Lyon clean. Faceoff comes to the right of Swayman. 1-goal game here. As Boston desperately needed that before Buffalo got it any wider of a margins. Bruins able to win the defensive zone draw. Joka Harju backhands it out to center. It's beyond Zacha, and this is down for icing. So just about 5 minutes gone, second period. Shots on goal are 12-9 in favor of the Sabres, where it counts Buffalo ahead 2-1. And Pasternak, after scoring that goal, looks to be shaken up a bit. He has gone off of the Boston bench and gone back to the dressing room, which certainly is alarming for Boston fans, coming off of his 42nd career playoff goal and third of the series. Sabres win the face-off, but they brought it back across the line offside at the left point with Byram. He thought he had held it over the line, but did not. Pasternak with a goal in 2 straight, but obviously something is giving him some pain or discomfort, as he is now back into the Boston dressing room. Finished the regular season right on the number, 100 points, 7th most in the National Hockey League. 29 goals, though, was his first season under 40 goals since the shortened season in 2020-2021. Face off in front of the Buffalo bench, far dot neutral ice. Controlled by the Bruins, and Fraser Minton won it from Thompson. Got it to Hampus Lindholm near red line. He's able to racket ball it in. It bounces along in the far corner, and the Sabres get to it. Up the near wall, Connor Timmins feeds it ahead. Alex Tuck from the red line. He'll loft it in deep to the near corner. Big battle between McAvoy and Krebs. Those two go down in a heap. Puck wobbles back from the left circle into the catching radius of Swayman, who puts his glove hand over it to stop play. And now Pasternak is back on the Boston bench. It'll be an offensive zone draw for Buffalo. Again, in the regular season, they ranked 32nd of 32 teams in face-off win percentage at 46%. And in this series, coming into the night, less than 44% in the face-off dot. Face-off to Swayman's left. Corrali against McLeod. McLeod, a clean win to the right point where Kesselring was loading up a one-timer. McLeod came back to get it. Long wrister released and snuffed out by Swayman. Puts it in his pocket to get a whistle. 13th shot on net of the night for Buffalo. 2-1 lead for the Sabres. 2-goal first period. Pasternak getting one back for Boston early in this second. Face off to Swayman's left. Again, McLeod and Corrali. This time Corrali won it. It gets chopped to the boards. Available here. Wide of the dot on the near circle to Swayman's left. Coming out of it, Quinn was able to wrangle it up the far wall. Power picked it up and slapped it back in deep towards the far corner. Jason Zucker took it away. Wedges it back down the far wall. Big hit by Kastelik frees up the puck, and he brings it back over the Buffalo line of the right wing. He'll chip it in deep. Kesselring lost it out of the far corner, but it was picked back up by Power, and here comes Buffalo the other way. Power diagonals it over the Boston line of the left wing. McLeod, a spin cycle in deep, loses the puck. It's picked up out of the far corner by Boston's Andrew Peak. Tries to lug it out to center. He does. From the near red line, he'll fastball it in. Corrali is the first to it, far corner to the left of Lyon. Takes it to the trapezoid. 2 Sabres and 2 Bruins there. It's chopped out indirectly to the right point. McAvoy. High to low to the far edge of the trapezoid. Tanner Janot trying to dig it out of traffic. Now it's a 5-man board battle here. Squirts out to the near circle. First to it is Josh Norris for Buffalo. He'll swipe it out. McAvoy back to it in the Boston zone. Long outlet. Finds Janot over the line of the right wing. Tanner Janot. A power move to the front, and then Scheidt took a deflection over the cage. Came out to the left point. Long range shot stopped. Rebound came to the side of the goal. Geeky could not get it past Lyon. Comes back to the left point off the skate blade of Aspero. In deep to the near corner. High to low. Back to Aspero once again up top from the right point. Long wrister off the glove hand of Lyon. Geeky from the bottom of the right circle. Looked like he had his stick held there. They play on. Buffalo trying to clear. They do. Tuck from the far red line dropped it off. Norris takes it over the line with space. Outman 1-on-2 though. He'll careen it in deep. And we've got a whistle to stop play. And we might have a penalty upcoming here. And we'll try to figure that out. Yes, we do. There is a penalty going against Boston here. So Buffalo will be on the power play. All we know for now is that it's on Morgan Geeky. Boston's leading goal scorer in the regular season, Geeky, will go to the sin bin, and Buffalo, whose power play has been atrocious in this series, will go to work for a third time tonight. Now let's see. What? Welsh carrot? What in the wide world is a Welsh carrot?
Look at the Google Translate thing I sent below that.
Let's see. English carrot. Welsh moron. That is, well, I've never heard that.
Carrot in English is that in Welsh.
Moron?
Yes.
I want moron. You know what I love? When you're calling hockey, and hockey's a difficult sport to call to begin with. I am dog tired. I've not done a single game in this series.
Have you not?
And I felt like the first period was absolutely atrocious for me. Start the second period, I finally start to find a rhythm, and then what happens? They blow a whistle and they take a break. How am I supposed to keep a rhythm?
They did the "This is how legends are made," by the way.
Oh, did they?
Here you go. If I can go back quick enough. Here.
Oh, wow, that was a hard hit by Geeky, who is in the box. Buffalo to the power play. They have a face-off to the left of Swayman. Tuck on the draw against Minton. Tuck won it. Comes to the line. Thompson with space. Finds Dahlin, who winds up a one-timer. He slapped it wide to the right of Swayman. Loose puck behind the net. Found and cleared all the way down to the Buffalo zone from our right to our left by Boston's Hampus Lindholm. Rasmus Dahlin back on it for Buffalo, the Sabre captain. From the red line, a drop for Tage Thompson. Through center, he's got some space. Tries to split through 2 defenders, however, and then lost the puck. Lindholm backhanded to the line, not out. Dahlin hands it off Zucker. Back to Dahlin from the high slot. Backpedals, directs it to the left circle. Thompson on the dot, shoots one. And that missed the net wide and comes off the corner boards and caroms all the way down into the Buffalo zone. Lyon helped it on for Dahlin. 45 seconds into the penalty time. Dahlin from the far red line. A drop pass. Ryan McLeod this time through center. Over the line. Hands it for Tuck. Back for McLeod. Wide of the dot on the right circle. Tried to return it to the point, but it hit a stick and floated over the head of Dahlin, and he then tried to grab it in with a high stick and did play the puck, so play is stopped after Dahlin played it with a high stick. Just about halfway through the penalty time. By the way, Detroit has been making a run on Orlando. They have turned that 22-point halftime deficit down to 9 in less than a quarter. Talked about how the Sabres have been horrible on the power play in this series. In fact, going back to the end of the regular season, they are now just 1 for their last 44 on the man advantage, are the Sabres, with their only power play goal in that stretch coming in Game 5. Sabres win a neutral zone draw. Byram picks it up. Directs it up the right wing for Quinn at the red line. He'll drop it back. A long drop for McLeod, who has a runway. Right wing it over the line. He's able to angle his way past Zadorov to the goal line. McLeod circles the track in back of the goal. Backhands it to the left point. Quinn steps down the wall. Bottom of the left circle. Quinn maneuvers his way to the back of the goal. Tried to swat it out to McLeod. It was knocked away by Zadorov and cleared out by the Boston defense. 3/4 of the way through the Sabre power play. Bowen Byram starts it out to center. Drifts to his right at the red line. Hits the brakes. Leaves it for Dahlin. Dahlin drifts left over the line. A drop for Quinn, which he held over the line. He crashes down the slot with a shot off the stick of Tanner Jeannot, who gets to the puck quickly and pitchforks it down. 9 seconds and 8 left on the Buffalo power play. Dahlin gets it to the left of Lyon, but he's going to run out of time to start another rush. 2 seconds and 1 of the penalty time. It's up. Dahlin's over the line up the middle with a shot. Bodied off by Swayman. Rebound was left free in the far corner. Morgan Geekie out of the box, tries to get to it, reverses it back around this way, and diagonals it out to center. This might go down for icing. No, it's off the boards and perfectly to Lyon, who is forced to play it. Dahlin on the near wall out. Geekie knocked it down. Got it to Pasternak in the far corner. He wheels it through the blue paint and out. Towards the near wall, Hampus Lindholm. Back around to the far corner, Geekie. Geekie gets tied up by Matthias Samuelsson outside the far right circle to the left of Lyon. Bruins fans get to their feet. Lindholm couldn't hold the zone. Instead, it was spiked past him and out by Beck Mallenstein. Here comes Boston. Pasternak tried to pick up a bouncing puck and bring it over the Buffalo line, but could not. Between the penalty box doors, Morgan Geekie dropped it back off for McAvoy. Forward pass, Pasternak. Bumped off the puck by Mallenstein. Regained by Kozak. Sabres started out up the far wall in front of the Buffalo bench. It's intercepted by Charlie McAvoy. Pitched back in by a quick on the hop Tyson Kozak. Behind the Boston net in back of Swayman. McAvoy snaps it out to center. Wide to the right of Lyon, but icing is beaten out because Zadorov is quickly to it in the near corner. He took a bump from Connor Timmins. Behind the net, he tried to hand it off in deep and then did. Out of the right circle, Alex Steves, a wheel around shot stop. Rebound free in the blue paint. Lyon fishing for it, can't find it. It gets batted to the near corner. In the pie slice to the right of Lyon, Zadorov getting to it. Tuck trying to wrestle it away from him. Play to the left point. Steves with space. Long wrister blocked. And it careens out to center and into the Boston zone. Tage Thompson might get to it. He does. On his horse. Drops it back out to the left circle. Krebs. Back in deeper return for Thompson. Bounced over his stick. Came to the near corner where shrugging off a defender is Byram, who picks up the puck. Low to high to Krebs. Walks the line to his left. Long wrister looking for a tip. None available. Tuck wedged it back to the right circle. Benson walks the line, feeds it to the left circle. Byram with space. He's in with a shot. Tried to roof one. Swayman was there. Chipped out of the far corner and out of the zone by Alex Steves. A re-entry for Byram is quick. Near right wing. A drop for Krebs in the slot. Tried to play it across off a Boston stick. Comes back to the line. Byram feeds the right circle. All the way across by Doan. Never made it to his target. From the left point, long wrister shot wide. Middle stat. On the loose puck. He'll steamroll out to center. Stripped by Doan. Picked back up by the Bruins, however, and chopped out to center, but the Sabres are really buzzing here. From outside the line, Benson will twirl it in. Out of the near corner, Andrew Peak first to it, couldn't clear. Comes out of the left circle. McLeod had it dribbled to him by Quinn. He couldn't pick up that bouncing puck, and then his return to the point could not be handled cleanly by Samuelson. It's down to the Buffalo zone. Connor Timmins gets to it with 8 minutes to go in the period. Timmins sneaks a peek to the left wing and finds McLeod, who dished it over the line, but then it went off a Boston stick back out. Quinn, looking for a quick re-entry, has to shoot in. Swayman in behind the net, maneuvered it along to the far corner. Henry Yokoharu chopped it off the far boards and out to center, and here come the Bruins. They're out with a rare opportunity over these last handful of minutes. Geekie takes it to the far corner and backhands it around. Pasternak could not cleanly scoop it up. Shot it in deep, however, beyond Zaka to Geekie, who tried to turn one towards the blue paint. It was knocked away by a Buffalo stick, and it gets chopped all the way out. Yokoharu, the first one to it before Jason Zucker. Out to center now, Hampus Lindholm up the middle. Feeds it over the line. Pasternak crashing down the slot. Tried to turn a drop for Zaka. It was through his skates and picked up by Malenstein. Left wing, he approaches the Boston line. Hits the brakes hard and then twirls it on in. In back of the goal, Jordan Greenway is the first to it. He gets tied up by Jonathan Aspero, the rookie. Board battle in the near corner to the left of Jeremy Swayman. Bruins come away with it with Hampus Lindholm in back of the goal. Shoots it over to his left, Aspero. Forward feed up the left wing. Pasternak could not squeeze his way down the wall around Power. Puck rolls free in the near corner to the right of Lyon in the Buffalo zone. Sean Corrali joins a board battle. Hustatina puts it in behind the net. Handoff in deep, Corrali in the trapezoid. Centering feed, too hot to handle. Comes out of the right point all the way across. Kastelik wires a shot wide. Karams off the corner boards, back out to center. Bruins look for a quick re-entry. Chanot angles it in. First to it near corner is Power. He avoids a hit from Kastelik. Puck up the near right wall. Corrali at the line. Couldn't hold it in. Out to center, McAvoy tried to squeeze it back into the Buffalo zone. Reversed out by Matthias Samuelsson. Tipped over the line. Thompson in deep. Thompson with a D. Could not pull the trigger. Swayman searching for the puck in the blue paint. It comes out to the far corner. Now to the left point for Byram. He'll walk the line left to right. Trade places with McLeod. Broken up by Kastelik, who lost his stick, so he just desperately kicks it out to center. Picked back up at the red line by Timmins, who carries in down the slot. Winds his way to the right circle. Throws it across. No one was there initially. Finally getting to it, Norris, who hesitated on the shot and had it poke checked away. All the way into the Buffalo zone behind Lyon. Sabres will restart. Byram starts the pilgrimage back up ice, feeds it diagonally over the line of the right wing. Dahlin pinching in towards the near corner. He took a heavy hit from Hampus Lindholm, who couldn't get it out. From the right point, a long wrister release by Doan, blocked through traffic. Out to center come the Bruins over the line of the right wing. Quick shot taken, got blocked, and carry him to the far wall. Byram was there to chip it out to neutral territory, and here's Doan over the line of the right wing. He'll take it to the bottom of the right circle. In the corner, Doan stops, turns back to the half wall, shoots one towards the net looking for a tip, none available. McLeod finds the loose change at the goal line. Minton trying to get it away from him. Now Hampus Lindholm comes over to help out. Minton gets to it, and he'll carry out to center for Boston from right to left. Black sweaters, gold numbers, right, white trim. Minton over the line, feeds the left circle where it was tossed across by Steves. Couldn't get it to an intended target in black, and the Sabres got it out to center. Zadorov back to it in the Boston zone. Long stretch here without a whistle. Everyone trying to catch their breath, but not able to do so. Middlestat helped over the line of the left wing. Geekie cycled on around the boards. Peek at the line, could not hold it in, and the Sabres get it out to center. Trying to run it down is Quinn. Has it knocked away by Elias Lindholm, and the Bruins in their defensive zone will possess. Zadorov snapped it diagonally out to center of the left wing. Geekie could not gain clean entry. From outside the line, shot in by Middlestat. Settled down by Lyon, and back of the goal left there for Owen Power. Owen Power, the number 1 overall pick out of the University of Michigan some 5 years ago. Bowls it through center all the way down to the right of Swayman. It's wide, but icing is negated as it has to be played out with Malenstein breathing down the neck of Swayman. Played out to McAvoy. McAvoy harpoons it out to center. Middlestat between the penalty box doors shoots it into the Buffalo zone. No one there for Boston. Bowen Byram, a Stanley Cup winner with Colorado from years gone by, gets it out to center. Stashed in deep aerially to the left left of Swayman by the stick of Connor Timmins. In the trapezoid, it comes out to Thompson momentarily. Pasternak chopped it away from him. Out of the far corner, Krebs' centering pass blocked by the skate blade of Zacha. Bruins up with the puck with under 3.5 to go in the period. Outlet at Kuznetsov. Up the left wing wall in neutral ice. Lost it, got it back, tries to shoot in. It got hit by the stick of Tuck, who settles it down, and the Sabres are on it once again. Despite all of this action, which is fast-paced and end-to-end, Boston still only has 11 shots on goal for the game, as there's just 3 minutes left in the second period. Byram takes his time, skates out to center. From the far red line, he'll flash it in towards the near corner, dug out by Hampus Lindholm, played along to the far corner and back out. Kastelik had it taken away by the Buffalo forecheck, and from the far corner in deep, and looking towards the front to stuff it in was Doan. It hit a stick and went aerially out of play, and that will finally give us a whistle. I don't know if JT had a stopwatch on that. That was a long, long stretch without a whistle. As play finally stops and we can all catch our breath here.
My sleep schedule is not complaining about a long green puck stint.
Yeah, there you go. Very good. Never thought I was going to be able to stop talking.
Yeah. Did you know? Well, you won't know because I haven't told you this yet, and you get all your banana ball information from me. So I retract that and I say,
I have an
fun
inside
fact.
source.
The announcers booth at firefighters games is called the dispatch center.
Oh, that's very good indeed. Now that is very good.
They call the announcers booth the dispatch center. The coaches are battalion chiefs, lieutenants, and captains. Incredible. Cole Butcher met the wall.
Uh-oh.
And he's done for the day in the NASCAR.
Oh,
And just
shame.
want to bring the broadcast down for a little bit. Unfortunately, a squirrel was on the speedway
Oh, no.
earlier on, and it's during practice and qualifying, it safely got away, but it decided to return to the Texas Motor Speedway, and unfortunately, head-butted Cole Butcher's
Oh,
truck.
no.
And I think a squirrel headbutting a NASCAR Craftsman truck. I think the truck might have won, Matthew.
I would think that's probably a safe bet. That's very sad.
If
indeed.
you know that reference with David Addison
No, I do not.
in Le Mans a couple of years ago, well done.
Face off to restart play comes in the Boston zone to the right of Jeremy Swayman, far circle. 2:45 left, second period. Buffalo up 2-1. There we go. There's the stopwatch. JT, that was our first whistle in nearly 7 minutes of game action. Wow. From 9:13 left in the period to 2:45, Bruins win the draw. That's the beauty of hockey. It's bounced out to center. Hampus Lindholm will blast it into the Buffalo zone out of the far corner. Turned over, and a shot missed the net wide from the right circle. Flipped out to center by the Sabres. And Boston will restart. Morgan Geekie with an opportunity there. Here's Hampus Lindholm, left wing outside the line, and it knocked away by McLeod. And the Sabres possess the puck. Just about 2 minutes left in the second period. Buffalo in their own zone, willing to wait. Rasmus Dahlin in the circle to the left of his goaltender Lyon now begins to skate forward just a bit from the far red line. He'll flex it up the left wing side. Krebs tried to one-hand it in, knocked away by Boston's Henry Jokiharju, the former Sabre. Gets it into the near corner, turnover. Thompson tees it up, and it's kicked out by the right pad of Swayman. Loose puck to the far corner to Swayman's right. Jokiharju gets to it. Kuznetsov gets it out. Buffalo repossesses in neutral territory. Thompson, shot puts it rink wide over the line. A drop to be taken down the slot by Timmins. He loses it. Swatted out to center and all the way back into the Buffalo zone. Sabres possess behind the net with Owen Power. $1:20 to go in the second. Power skates out to center, checks up, feeds Tuck over the line, up the middle. Tuck shoots into the glove of Swayman, who puts it away for a whistle, and that'll lead to a very quick stoppage in play to try to make up for the long stretch without a stoppage previously.
My God. Can you see what I'm screen sharing?
Not at the moment, but maybe I can. Okay, yes, I can.
And it's not black screened.
It is very... What would be the word for that? It's just dull.
But it's not black screened and you can see it.
No.
Okay.
Was that surprising?
Maybe you should send me a screenshot of what it looks like for you, because I don't get how it looks dull.
Oh yeah, it does look very like it lacks color. Maybe that's just the track. Maybe I'm, because the track is very just sluggish gray.
Yeah, but that is revolutionary.
Why is that revolutionary? May I ask?
Yeah, that is fine. Awesome. Because then I can share you stuff via the Ferry Sports app.
Okay. Well, I'm happy that you're happy.
Good news. Well, bad news and good news.
Okay.
Bad news is that Banana Ball is over.
Oh.
Next game, first pitch is in 50 minutes from Las Vegas.
From Las Vegas, as you guys call it.
Yeah. Good news. Not the Dacia Sandero. Elite Top Gear reference. Horrendous Crashes Part 7 is out, and we have intermission entertainment.
Offensive zone draw for Buffalo comes to the left of Swayman. Bruins are able to win the draw. Zadorov escalators it out to center. It drops right at the stick of Kuznetsov. Over the line, a drop for Zacha. Zacha, a wheel-around shot was rejected, comes back out to center. Zadorov guides it up the left wing. Pasternak outside the line. He'll slap it in as we strike the final minute of the period. Lyon stops it behind the net. Tried to leave it there for Samuelson, who got pressured, but Buffalo will get it out. Between the benches, McAvoy shoots it right back in. Lyon settles it down in the trapezoid again. Samuelson pressured again. Will break out to his left. Now Byram through center. Blue-to-blue feed could be steered on in deep. Swayman digs it out of the trapezoid. Directs it left for Zadorov. Out to center from the near red line. Zacha tried to drop it off at his own blue line. That got hit by a high stick. And we get a whistle with about half a minute to go in this period. Again, Vegas and Utah, Game 6 of their series tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Vegas trying to wrap it up. They lead the series 3-2. Second round begins tomorrow with Philadelphia and Carolina playing Game 1 of their second round series in Raleigh, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Second round will start before the first round completely finishes as Boston wins a neutral zone draw. Puck is flashed into the Buffalo zone. Power up the far boards and out. Gets it to neutral territory. Final seconds of this second period from the red line dumped in. Behind the net, Owen Power once again for Buffalo. 10 seconds and 9 left in this middle frame. Power with a snap feed. Through center too far for Mallenstein. Makes it for icing with 6 seconds left. Tampa Bay and Montreal, by the way, still scoreless. They are into the third period. Montreal leads that series 3-2. By the way, the Kentucky Oaks just finished up. They moved the time, post time of the Oaks this year, to put it into prime time on NBC. I've got it on the DVR. I may call a horse race during this intermission break. Who knows? Zacha and Korzak will... I do plan on calling the Derby tomorrow. Not on this channel because there's no reason to go on this channel for, 2 minutes. But I do plan on calling it just to put it on the TikTok. Face off to the left of Lyon. Puck available out of the corner. Lindholm raked it to the front, and it was charged out by a Buffalo stick, and that ends the second period. So the Sabres with a 2-goal lead at the end of the first. That lead trimmed to 1 at the end of the second. Pasternak the goal early in the period. The Bruins, to keep their season alive, will have to come from behind in the third period. As through 2, it's a 2-1 Buffalo lead in the regular season. Sabres were 27-8-6 when leading after 2 periods. Beg your pardon, at 36-6-2. The Sabres when leading after 2 periods. Boston when trailing after 2 periods, just 2-21-3. They will have to come up with a come-from-behind victory to keep their season alive and force a Game 7, will the Bruins. Second intermission, 2-1 lead for Buffalo. And while we're on it, just for the sake of clarity, the current odds, I say current, the race is already finished, I just haven't seen it. So the odds before the race, Always a Runner, the 4-1 favorite, then Zany, Prom Queen, Percy's Bar, Explora, Meaning, Counting Stars, and Lovely Gray at 10-1, Pashmina at 19-1, then real long shots Brooklyn Blonde, Dazzling Dame, Search Party, and Resist. Those are the pre-race odds for the 152nd Kentucky Oaks, 1.125 for the best 3-year-old fillies in the world at Churchill Downs. It is Kentucky Derby weekend. The Derby runs tomorrow. We're very excited about it. We love the Kentucky Derby around here. And to that point, JT, have you seen the hats that are worn at the Kentucky Derby?
I have not.
You must Google Kentucky Derby hats.
Are they as good as our hats over here in the UK?
I would be willing to say they are better because it's America.
One person made a hat with an operating model railway going around it. Okay, Kentucky Derby hats.
Not Derby. That's right.
Is that actual liquid in there? I think that actually is actual liquid in that. They're decent. Just ours are better. Anyway,
should I pull up a full running of the Kentucky Oaks and call it? Is that something I should do? That would be a first.
Could you share your screen?
I probably
Oh wait, I can't record it because I'm live.
Oh no. The horror. Hold on a minute. I just pulled up YouTube and JBM is on with the Truck Series at Texas with a thumbnail that's from Bristol.
Has he not changed the thumbnail? To that I say...
The absolute disgust in your voice right there.
To that I say, for...
Good lord.
Anyway, horrendous crashes.
Yes, carry on. That's something else we do around here is during intermissions we watch just the stupidest of crashes of some very strange events that happen in England. You guys are a special breed over there. You really are. I haven't a clue what I'm watching. Oh. Excuse me. The Kentucky
Look out.
The Kentucky Derby.
Why is the caution out?
Are you talking about
Oh!
good Lord in heaven.
That deserved a place in horrendous class. Right, here's a Craftsman Truck Series replay. Who binned it?
Uh-oh.
Someone just got up into the wall. Why is that a yellow?
In the wool. Somebody got up in the wool.
Good. Shush. Oh, it was the 81 of Chris Wright.
Oh, boy.
Anyway.
Ay.
I've got a DM from Al. Hold on.
Uh-oh. DM for Al.
And the DM from the little Al one reads scheduled Chris Wright crash.
Anyway,
This crash belongs on horrendous crashes.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, it does.
here comes Roscoe. Oh, never mind. We've cut away from Roscoe to a horrendous crash.
To a horrendous.
Left at the back of the pack as Explorer takes the early lead.
Horrendous, he says.
Where was that coming from?
God bless. Good God.
Was that NASCAR radio?
Oh, I don't know.
I just heard some radio. I don't know where that came from. Oh well.
Well, of course, you're very used to
There
having
goes Roscoe.
many voices in your head.
I am used to having many. There is Marquez. You have no idea who Marquez is, but
No.
Marquez is one of the race stewards, clerk of the courses, and starters for Speedworth. Why are we on the grass? Get off the grass. Do not touch. Okay.
Oh.
Oh yeah, yikes. That was targeted.
Wow. Banged him hard.
That was a driver's door hit. Don't reverse into traffic, because then that'll happen to you. Yep, spin around, head on, nice one. And then... that was a perfect setup shot. Oh, waiting. Boom. These aren't really horrendous.
Oh, man. Well, that was pretty hard right there.
That's nothing.
Well, no. In comparison. Okay, JT. I have found the post positions for the Kentucky Oaks, and I'm going to give this a go at calling a horse race during hockey intermission.
You need to somehow record this.
Oh, I will. I will come back on camera and do this.
Okay, I will mute and continue to watch horrendous crashes.
Now, I have called horse racing before, but it's been...
Or should I? I'm gonna pause horrendous crashes.
It has
So that you
been
can do this.
ages since I've done a horse race. Absolute ages since I've done a horse race. So, you folks watching,
So,
who are probably
this
like,
could probably end up being chaos!
thank you. But there are so many people watching and listening to this thinking, could this idiot please stop being such a carrot and just focus on the hockey?
A Welsh carrot?
A Welsh carrot. Okay. I think we're gonna do the thing once I can get this where I want it to be.
What do you say at the start of a horse race, Matthew?
Just have to wait and find out now, won't ya?
It's time to drop the gate.
I'm actually quite nervous. I remember back when I did horse racing on a normal basis, on the semi-normal basis on the old platform, I was always very nervous because horse racing is so difficult to call, especially off of a monitor. So I don't know why I'm doing this to myself, but I'm going to try. Let me get back on camera here. Again, this is not live. This is already run, but I have not seen it. I've been calling the hockey. Okay, here we go. This is going to look so strange, JT, on screen, with the hockey background and the hockey scoreboard and me calling a horse race. This is going to look so strange.
We can do some stuff in post-editing.
You can. Okay, here we go. I'm going to... this is going to be an embarrassment. This is going to be ridiculously bad. Okay, here we go. They're in the gate. And they're off in the 152nd Kentucky Oaks. Explorer with Flavian Prot aboard got a good beginning from the rail, joined on the outside by Dazzling Dame. Those two will set the early pace beneath the Twin Spires the first time, and into the clubhouse turn. It is Explorer at 7-1 to set the early pace. One horse width away from her on the outside, Dazzling Dame. They stack up 3 wide beyond that, but it is on the rail. Explorer, the Bob Baffert trainee, up by half a length. On the outside, Dazzling Dame, then comes Always a Runner, Counting Stars, Search Party, as they make their way up the backstretch. Explorer still leads by a head. To the outside, Dazzling Dame, moving up the outside, Pashmina with Ramon Vasquez aboard. 3 lengths back in third. Halfway down the backstretch and approaching the far turn, it's still Explorer. She's led the whole way. Dazzling Dame moves up on her outside, making moves on the rail, Counting Stars in the yellow colors. Makes her way on the rail up to fourth, now maybe third. Through the far turn, it is still Explorer. She's gone 3/4 in 1:10 and 3/5 seconds. Wide off the turn comes Juan Hernandez and Meaning, who's moving up strong, up on the outside to move into second, but it's all behind Explorer as they come off the turn. They straighten out and drop the hammer at the top of the stretch. Explorer in front by a nose. Meaning is moving now in the middle of the racetrack, and meanwhile on the outside, Always a Runner is charging forward. 3 of them across the track heading towards the wire. Who gets here first? Always a Runner clears to the lead, and Always a Runner is running to victory in the Kentucky Oaks. Always a Runner the winner. Got the heart rate up.
And why did you do that to yourself?
Nice answer. Back to horrendous clashes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that is gonna look great on the TikTok.
Oh jeez.
Oh, even the Super Twos have made it into this.
Oh my
yeah.
goodness. All over the top of each
They-
other.
These bounce. Can you tell?
All kinds of contact. What the heck is that? What kind of vehicle is that?
Van bangers. Oh,
Oh!
the biggest. This is the chaos. This is the most chaotic stuff you'll have on the
I mean, that thing
the
is
ovals over here.
huge.
And then you're in the perfect place to get
By the way, let's check in on the Pistons and the Magic. Oh my goodness. The Pistons, who once trailed by 22, are now up
Have
by...
they clawed it back?
They're up by 13 in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
They're going to keep their season alive with this. The Raptors lead the Cavaliers by 11 in the third.
You should have called that instead, Matthew.
Well, the way this is going, there will be at least one NBA Game 7 on Sunday to call. We will have an NBA Game 7 tomorrow, Boston and Philadelphia. Oh, that thing is smoking. Oh, at the checkered flag! Good Lord. Notice how I did not say checkered flag in the horse race. That would be inaccurate. I could just hear now Rick Allen calling a horse race. Green flag back in the air.
There's a lot of Kev Waller memorial stuff in this clip.
Oh,
It-
you know
it
who
doesn't-
did? Hold on a minute. Hold on. I just got an alert from the TikTok. And guess who just
Did you?
liked one of my posts?
Go on.
Preston Pardus.
Look at you go.
Preston Pardus from New Smyrna Beach, Florida, of course. Has run occasionally in the O'Reilly series. Wow. Preston Pardus.
Yeah, Matthew. It doesn't look like it, but we take good care of our classic cars over here.
God, no kidding.
Believe it or not, banger racers are the #1 sources for used parts of classic cars.
I could believe that. Oh,
If you are trying to repair a classic car to get it back on the road, the #1 go-to place is banger drivers.
oh,
Because what they do is they rip out all of the original good condition parts and they put in scuffed parts. Oh, we're about to get back on the way.
yeah. How about that? Third period. about to
Continue
start.
the story after this game. I cannot believe Banger Chat is being interrupted by hockey.
Buffalo controls the face-off. Third period gets underway. Puck into the Boston zone. Swayman moves it out of the far corner. Clear to the line out. Darlene, long wrister, blot down in front. Rebound came to Thompson. And shot went off a body. And the Bruins are able to clear it out. Trying to run it down at the other end. Zadorov, far wing, throws it out in front. No one was there. Peyton Krebs takes care of it, gets it out to center. Run back down by Fraser Minton, 21-year-old from Vancouver, and both teams will shuffle bodies on and off the ice as they make their first line change of this third period. Boston must come from behind to keep their season alive. They trail in the series 3-2 and face elimination. McAvoy from the right point with a shot, looking for a tip, not available. Getting to it, bottom of the left circle. Middlestat turned it out in front. It deflected off a Buffalo stick back to him. Casey Middlestat in back of the goal. Turns it to the near corner, now low to high. McAvoy from the right point with another long wrister looking for a tip that never came. From the far wall, cleared out of the zone by Doan. And the Sabres will possess in their own territory. Owen Power collects, hits the brakes, does a lap in the circle to the right of his goaltender Lyon. Both teams make changes. Now it's left in the Buffalo zone to be scooped by Ryan McLeod out of Mississauga, Ontario. Drops it back off for Power in the Buffalo zone, and they're more than willing to kill off some seconds here and force the Bruins' hands a bit maybe. Samuelson now breaks out to center. Forward pass up the left wing. Could not be handled by Zucker. Boston with a takeaway. Zaka in his own zone was forechecked into by Quinn, but was able to get it across, and here come the Bruins over the line. On the left wing, Huznetdinov stopped on the dot of the left circle. Turned it back up high. Long wrister whistles wide on the glove side. Sabre is down in the slot, while Joka Harju in the near corner for Huznetdinov all the way across left circle. A shot got blocked. Came back to the line, and the Sabres are on it. Buffalo will break out to center, back into the Boston zone. It'll be taken by Joka Harju, and he'll calm the pace. Shots on goal, as you see, 19-15 Buffalo. Where it counts, the Sabres up 2-1. Blasted in by Andrew Peat to the Buffalo zone to our right. Bouncing puck in the corner. It got tangled up in the equipment of Kastelik. Rasmus Dahlin up with the loose puck is able to laser it out to center. Backtracking to get it his peak, and then he had it knocked away by Kozak. It bounces into the Boston zone to our left, available in the corner. Guided behind the net by Greenway, taken away by Zadorov, slapped on out to center. Between the benches, it's available. Sabres forced a takeaway, but Malenstein touched it up over the Boston line offside. By the way, they are still scoreless with Tampa Bay and Montreal deep into the third period now. Under 4 minutes to go in regulation time. Lightning and Canadiens are still scoreless. Of course, we had Philadelphia and Pittsburgh go scoreless through regulation on Wednesday night in what turned out to be a closeout game for the Flyers. Face off to the right of Lyon, far circle. Mitten to take the draw with Thompson, but now Mitten kicked out. And Mikey Asimov, who has not been on ice in the first two periods tonight, but is here, and he's on for the face-off, and Boston's able to control, and a shot whacked from a sharp angle towards the net, which is smothered and covered by Lyon. It went off the stick of Alex Steeves, who threw it towards the net. Steeves out of Parkland, Florida. Longtime Columbus Blue Jacket. Face off to the right of Lyon, far circle, Bruins control. It's Steeves at the line, left point, backhands it down the dasher, in deep. Behind the net, Asimov gets stapled into the boards. Thompson comes to pick up the loose change. Lobbed on out to center. From the red line, Krebs trying to keep him away from the puck. Campus Lindholm, he can't, but finally a Boston stick. Asimov pokes it back out to center. Buffalo shoots in from the far red line, in deep to the near corner. Krebs is the first one to it. Hampus Lindholm comes up to give him a hit. Puck is free, pie slice to the right of Swayman. Comes around the far wall, Sabres keep it in. Dahlin for the left point, shot through traffic, snuffed out, and held for a whistle by Swayman. Just the 20th shot on goal of the game for Buffalo. Haven't seen a lot of pucks on net tonight, just 36 combined shots on goal, 20 from Buffalo, 16 from Boston. Buffalo ranked 13th in the league in shots on goal per game of the regular season at 28. Face off in the Boston zone to our left. It'll be to Swayman's right near circle. Boston has never won a playoff series in the long history of this franchise when they trailed the series 3-1, which they did in this series, of course. Now it's 3-2. Boston wins the defensive zone draw. Make that Elias Lindholm. Will pitch it all the way out. This will go down into the corner to the right of Lyon for icing. In the regular season, Bruins won 3 out of 4 games against the Sabres. 2 of those wins, though, were in overtime. Found themselves down 3-1 in this series after 4 games. Were not overly competitive in the 2 games played on their home rink, games 3 and 4. They lost game 3, 3-1. They lost game 4, 6-1. But came back to win on the road on Tuesday night in overtime to keep their season alive. They win a defensive zone draw, and here come the Bruins out to center from the far red line. It's popped in by Andrew Peak towards the net. Lyon was able to keep it in front of him. Sabres play it to the line, not out. Geekie in the slot, a shot right on. And that's smothered and held by Lyon. And that was a high-danger opportunity created by the Bruins. Boston searching for an equalizer. They trailed 2-0 right out of the gates in this game. Buffalo scored twice in the first 12.5 minutes. First goal came very early at 3:25 in the first from Alex Tuck, from Rasmus Dahlin and Tage Thompson. Face off to the right of Lyon. Bruins win the draw. Lindholm brushed it to McAvoy. Center point to the left circle. Shot right on off the glove hand of Lyon. Banked off the near wall to the line. Lindholm kept it in, but then raked it into the middle, and it was taken away. But then another takeaway. Pasternak dekes his way to the right circle. Shot in tight. Stopped. Rebound free. Husadinov fighting for it. Couldn't direct it goalward, but he does rake it out to the left point. Now up top. Long drive by Zacha was blocked. It came back to him. Triggers it into the far corner. Pasternak. Now Zacha again with a shot that missed the net wide. Puck free to the near corner. Buffalo clears. Might make it down for icing. It will. Boston getting some pucks to the net now. And Bruin fans get to their feet as they try to will their team to find this equalizer. Pasternak with a really good toe drag to get around Power and get that shot on goal, but Lyon stands tall, as he has done all series long, and towards the end of the regular season he was hot. Regular season and postseason, he's 8-3-1, his record in the last 12 decisions. Sabres win a defensive zone draw and bang the puck out of the zone, but McAvoy gets to it. He'll skate forward out to center from the red line. Tried to toss it over blue for Lindholm. Instead, it caromed right back to Lyon, who helped it on for Dahlin, who's below the goal line. And coming up to rush him was Elias Lindholm. Pitched around the boards, turned over, and a shot from a sharp angle missed the net wide. McAvoy at the line, held it in. Middle stat high point. His shot through traffic went wide. From the far corner, Samuelsson was able to backhand it up and out. Middlestat to chase it down. Puck possessionless in neutral ice. Now picked up by Morgan Geekie. Dropped back off in the Boston zone. Charlie McAvoy at his own blue line. He'll twist it forward. Steered in by the stick of Mitten. Into the near corner to the left of Lyon. Mitten in the corner boards going at it. Tage Thompson gives him a rub, and Peyton Krebs comes away with it, and out to center with space. Left wing over red over blue. Krebs pulls up, hits the brakes, takes it to the near corner, stashed it back to the line. Byram back to the right point towards the front, looking for a tip, none available. Comes to the near half one. Mitten gets it out. Asimov from dead center. He'll shoot it from the red line on goal. Lyon has to cover up with Bruins around him. And that counts as a shot on goal, so Boston now suddenly with the lead in shots at 21-20. Lyon has been terrific in this series. Lyon now has stopped 101 of the 106 shots that he has seen in this series. Save percentage of .952. He was the starter of Game 3 and has not given up his spot between the pipes after taking over for Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Face off to the right of Lyon. False start. Do it again here. Every face-off big down deep in this game. It's Benson against Zacha here. Boston wins the draw. Lindholm at the line. Try to give it to Pasternak. It's turned over. Puck rolling all the way back to the Boston zone. Trying to get to it. Tucky did. Got it to the middle. Benson scores! What a goal! Zach Benson in the dead slot. Snipes it over Swayman, and Buffalo leads by 2 again. A sloppy Boston giveaway off the face-off, which they won. Pasternak had it go through his skates. It was Doan that raced to the puck. got to it in the corner, stashed it in the dead slot to Benson, who fires it up over the left pad of Swayman, and the Sabres are up 3-1. What an enormous sequence. And what an enormous goal. 2-goal game again. And Zach Benson, second goal of this series for Benson, who had never played in the playoffs prior to this series. Lindholm and Kozak at dead center for the face-off. It's controlled by Boston, who now must come from 2 goals down in the final 14 minutes. Geekie shoots it from the red line, in on goal, moved away by Lyon. Samuelson from the far corner, helped it up the wall, cleared out by Malenstein, and this is down for icing. What a play that was by Josh Doan as well, to realize that he had a chance to get to that loose puck off the turnover. He did, and out of the corner, beautifully guided it into the slot, and Benson perfectly placed. And a snipe for Zach Benson, whose 13 goals in the regular season was a career high. Bruins win the draw. Peak from the right point, a shot deflected through traffic, caromed along into the near corner. First one to it, Kozak, who lifts it up and out. Pete gets back to it, and now the Bruins in do-or-die situations from here on out, down 2 in a game which they must win. Board battle far corner to the right of Lyon. Sabres break it out to center. Run back down by Peak. He'll turn wide to his right. Oh, he was awfully close to not striking the red line before he stashed the puck in deep. No icing, though. Puck behind the Buffalo net, and the Sabres are on it with McLeod, who zings it out to center and space on the right wing side. To be brought over the line by Zucker, who hits the brakes, pins it into the corner, and it's taken away by Alex Steeves. Steeves moves it hard up the far wall. It was knocked down by McLeod. Taken to the left point, Dahlin. High to low into the near corner. It's available. McLeod stashed one into the slot, hoping for Zucker, never got to him. And the Bruins will break out. Up they come through center. Jokiharju tried to thread one through traffic. It got deflected back into the Boston zone. Tanner Jeannot got to it there. Jeannot through center from the far red line. He'll one-hand it in deep. Connor Timmins reverses it right back out to safety. Krebs takes it over the line of the near left wing. Hits the brakes and blows a tire. That allows Jonathan Aspero to get the puck out easily. And here comes Buffalo, regaining possession back at their own line. Now from the red line, Thompson surveys his options, feeds it right, turns it over. Pasternak, space over the line, right wing to the circle. Pasternak hits the brakes, turns back on the half wall, shoots one wildly through traffic. Hit a body and carry him to the far wall, and Tuck was able to get it out in front of the Buffalo bench. Puck in the air, bounces back into the Sabres zone. Connor Timmins drops it back off to his left, and it's snapped back into the Bruins zone off a Buffalo stick. So Swayman plays it behind the net. Zadorov fumbled it. Benson pressures. Zadorov up the left wall. Out to center. Sabres are on it again. Between the benches, a collision between the 91s, Doan and Zadorov. As it's shot into the Buffalo zone, Geekie in the near corner cannot get there before Dahlin. Here comes Buffalo. Doan up the far wall. Got run into by Middlestat, but Buffalo clears it out. Hooked out to center. Peak pawed it down. Forward for Middlestat. Cannot gain clean entry at the line through the defense of Doan and Norris. Norris guided one forward. Benson tried to whack it in. Took a couple of deflections as getting knocked down on the near wall was Peak on a hit by Benson. Bruins in their defensive zone gain control of the puck, but there's only 11 minutes to go now. Bruins must score twice to tie in a game that they must win to keep their season alive. They're over the line on the left wing on the circle. A shot taken by Minton is pawed down and held for a whistle by Lyon. Get a break in the action. Zach Benson had the puck come right to him, right between the circles, and he makes no mistake as he snipes it past Swayman. Buffalo with a 3-1 lead, and the Bruins are on the brink of elimination now.
Hello.
Hello again.
So yeah, as I was talking about before, I was rudely interrupted by the hockey. Yeah, all of the people who restore and rebuild classic cars in the UK, most of them use banger drivers to get their parts
Really?
because they always take all the good parts off the cars and not just leave all the unsalvageable parts, unsavable parts, and all these cars here are destined for the scrap heap anyway.
Well, yeah.
Because it would be too expensive to restore them. So they take all of the good parts off to keep all of the good condition ones on the road and in good condition. That is how it works.
Well, that checks out.
It makes sense and it's a good
does.
idea.
Yeah.
So even though they're wrecking cars, they're also saving cars, if that kind of makes sense. Or helping keep the cars that are in good condition on the road.
Well, you've been interrupted by the hockey
What
again.
lap are we on? In the speedycash.com 250. What a name. Oh, Hostvar's leading. Still.
Hosowa. Well, Hurricane moved from Alabama to Texas.
Just stop it.
10:48 left here. Boston trails by 2. Face off in the Buffalo zone to the right of Lyon. Bruins able to win the draw from the left point, sit down the far wall to the circle, and a shot turned out by Lyon quickly, and the rebound comes to the near corner, and Byram was able to rake it out of danger. Tuck from the near red line. Dives it in deep. First to it in the far corner for Boston, Jonathan Aspero. From the near wall, McAvoy. Knifes one out to center. It bounces off the blade of a Buffalo stick. Comes right back into the Boston zone to our left again. Aspero's on it once more. Aspero plays catch in neutral territory with Zaka. Aspero carries in over the line of the left wing. He'll stuff it in deep. From the near corner, Dahlin first to it for Buffalo, and Dahlin all the way down. Would have been icing, but it's beaten out by the Sabres, so Swayman has to play it off the end while he does. McAvoy carries through center over the line of the left wing, a feed to the slot. Middlestat a shot that hit a stick, careened to the far corner. First to it for Buffalo, Matthias Samuelsson around the near wall. And harpooned out, and now Zucker's the other way. Left wing over the line with a shot, blockered up and away by Swayman. And here's Boston again with the puck. Needing 2 goals in the next 9 minutes and change. Lindholm plays it in deep. Kuznatinov in the far corner, and it knocked away from him by Owen Power. Out to center, Zach Benson. Drifts to his left through neutral territory. A lead feed that he could not find Josh Norris with. Kept away from him by Zadorov. Angled out by Lindholm. Left wing it over the line. Kuznatinov on the circle with a shot straight into the glove of Lyon, who gets another whistle. And that'll lead to another stoppage in play. 9:15 left, third period. Bruins starting to get desperate. Trailing by 2. They need 2 goals to tie in the next 9:15. Meanwhile, we do need an update from Montreal. What has happened there? Oh, it's regulation has ended without a goal. So Tampa and Montreal going to overtime at 0-0. If Montreal scores the next goal, they win the series. If Tampa scores the next goal, then that goes to a Game 7 on Sunday. NBA update. Has Detroit won? Yes, they have. The Pistons with an unbelievable come-from-behind victory, 93-79. So after all of that, they only give up 79 points. I got to see, what was the second half scoreline here? Detroit outscored Orlando in the second half 55-19. Good gracious. That's after Orlando led at halftime by 22. Detroit turns it around, Cunningham with 32 points, 10 rebounds. And that series will go to a Game 7 on Sunday at a to-be-determined time. They'll have to determine that time based on what other Game 7s will be played on Sunday. If Toronto beats Cleveland, that series will go to 7. And right now, Toronto is up by 3 in the fourth, but there's still 7 minutes left there. And also the Lakers and the Rockets have just gotten underway. Game 6 of that series, of course, they would go to a Game 7 if Houston were to win tonight. They're, of course, still without Kevin Durant. Shock horror. As our guy Matt White would say, El Surprise. 9:15 left here. Play set to restart. Buffalo up a pair. Defensive zone draw. One by Thompson below the goal line. Connor Timmins wriggles free out of the far corner. Finds space to get the puck down ice, but this will be icing as Aspero got on his horse and beat Tuck to the hash mark. Boston, obviously, this is a Captain Obvious statement. You need one before you can go after two. Wonder how aggressive Joe Sacco would be in getting the goalie out. Obviously, with 9 minutes left, it's far too early. They win an offensive zone draw. McAvoy left point, a shot fought off by Lyon. Rebound was bouncing around towards the blue paint. Zaka brushed it off to Aspero at the right point. His shot through traffic. Hit a couple of legs, and Thompson was able to find the loose puck and get it out. In neutral territory, it's guided up the right wing wall. Zaka trying to run it down. He can't, and that is icing on Boston as it was shot in from outside the red line. We'll keep you updated on Tampa and Montreal. Sunday could end up being just an enormous day with, at least on the channel, with NASCAR and NBA and NHL Game 7s. Of course, on JBM, you'll have the Miami Yacht Prix. That takes place on Sunday as well. Face off to the right of Swayman. Zaka and McLeod on the draw. Clean win for Zaka. Puck ping-ponged in back of the goal, and Aspero was able to stretch it out to center. McAvoy couldn't handle it cleanly. From the near red line, Zucker does. Over the line to McLeod. Left circle, McLeod to the front. Looking for a tip that was forced away by Swayman. Pasternak from the far wall backhands it out to center. First one to it is Matthias Samuelsson for Buffalo. Boston out shooting Buffalo now 25-22, but where it counts, the Sabres up by a pair. Puck trickles in to the Boston zone to our left. Charlie McAvoy pulls it ahead. Mitten backhands it to neutral territory at the red line, taken care of by Kozak. Sabres possess. Over the line on the near left wing is Zucker. He'll put it into the corner. Kozak is after it, along with Hampus Lindholm, who lost his stick. Boston gets to the loose puck, bounced up the far wall, not out. Held it at the line. Long wrister missed the net wide of Swayman to his left, and wow, from behind the net, Malenstein just got lit up by Zadorov, who of course led the NHL in penalty minutes for a second year in a row. Puck is still in the Boston zone. Malenstein plays it low to high to the right point. McLeod D-to-D this way. Dahlin makes a good move to the left circle. Inside a power move. Backhander right on. Stopped in tight. And held for a whistle by Swayman. Boy, Rasmus Dahlin going all the way in. Buffalo captain had a goal. The only goal for Buffalo in Game 5. And it was the only goal they had on the power play so far this series. And he tried to put it away right there, going forehand, backhand on Swayman in the blue paint. Swayman stands tall. He knows he can't give up another from here. 7.5 to go. Buffalo trying to close out their first playoff series win in 19 years. They haven't won a playoff series since 2007 second round set against the Rangers. Elias Lindholm on this face-off for Boston against Buffalo's Josh Norris. Near circle right of Swayman. Buffalo wins the draw. Byram from the left point trickles it high to low in back of the goal. Benson misplays it. Middlestat finds it out of the far corner, twisting and turning and able to get the puck out to center. Peak from the near red line. He'll flare it in. Hard around the dasher to the far barrier. First one to it is Benson, who had the goal in this period that made it 3-1. He skates up the middle of the ice over the line. Backhands it into the right of Swayman. Peak gets to it. Flexed it along the far wall, Zadorov. Out to center come the Bruins, but they can't gain clean entry into the offensive zone as Kuznatinov could not cross the line because of Samuelson's defense. Samuelson takes the puck behind the Buffalo net, indirectly out to center for Tuck. Tuck over the line, McLeod, right wing, his shot off the blocker of Swayman. Puck to the near wall. Krebs tries to swing it in deep. It deflects to the slot. Tuck across to Thompson in tight. And Swayman might have gotten a piece of it. Zaka on the back check kept Thompson from being able to unload. Someone lost a stick on the near wall as the puck is rifled out to center, but Buffalo is on it again. And they would love to play keep away for the next 6 minutes and change, which they're doing here, as taking it all the way behind his own net is Dahlin before he snipes it up the left wing side. McLeod crosses red, shoots in over blue in deep. First to it for Boston behind the net, Hampus Lindholm. Lindholm 9-irons it out to center. Pasternak couldn't settle it down. Taken away by Jack Quinn. Sabres possess still. McLeod tries to squeeze his wide by Hampus Lindholm on the right wing. He does. McLeod to the right circle. Tried to backhand it into the slot. It hit a stick and careened along the dasher to the far wall. Mikey Asimov gets to it for Boston. Skates forward to the red line. Tried to dump it in, but a stick got a piece of the puck, and it's taken away instead in the Buffalo zone by Bowen Byram. Sabres back up ice. Greenway from the near red line fires in with under 6 minutes to go. Out of the far corner, puck goes below the goal line, and Asimov again pitches it out. Pawed down by Buffalo's Matthias Samuelsson. Diagonaled out to center off a stick in deep, no icing. Zadorov back around this way. Peak lasers it out. Could not find an outlet to Steves, and the Sabres are on it one more time. And here comes Buffalo from our right to our left, out to center. This one will go all the way down, but again off a stick, so no icing. Boston really making no real charge here. Now a chance to come over the line with Middlestat. Knifed away on a poke check as we strike the final 5 minutes. Boston's not had a real good scoring chance in a long, long time. They trail by 2. Puck pinned into the Buffalo zone. Out of the trapezoid, moved along by Lyon, up the wall and out. Hampus Lindholm back on it, makes a move to get over the line. Lindholm possesses to the near right circle, tried to backhand one to the front, clipped away by a Buffalo stick. Along towards the near corner, it shot up the wall and out. McAvoy forced to play it in the Boston zone. 4.5 left. They need a pair. McAvoy at his own blue line. Forward pass to Pasternak. Tries to make a move up the right wing wall, but he cannot get around the defensive Tuck. Tuck plays it carefully back in the Buffalo zone. Sabre fans all around Western New York and the world counting down these final 4 minutes and change as they shoot into the Boston zone. The puck rolls in on Swayman. He has to put his glove hand over it to stop play. We get a whistle and a stoppage with just north of 4 minutes to go in regulation time. 3-1 lead for Buffalo. If the result holds for the next 4 minutes and change, they win their first playoff series in nearly 20 years. The Bruins need 2 goals in about 4 minutes to keep their season alive.
Matthew.
JT.
The greatest commercial break shenanigans that are ongoing.
Well, we have superimposed crazy crashes in the bottom left corner of a banana ball game. The things that will happen when JT is aboard.
3:02 a.m.
Listen, when this final horn sounds, JT should go to bed. I know I am. I got a long day.
I can't. NASCAR still got what?
Wow, that's
32 laps.
Oh, good God. I've got a very long day ahead tomorrow. I've got to, I'm going to a craft show supporting our friends from Accents by Samantha.
Look at you go.
Supporting our friends.
At least get the name right, come on.
I should. Accents by Samantha, supporting our friends there at a craft show. If you're in the Kernersville, North Carolina area, come out and support us.
Wait, where?
Kernersville, North Carolina.
I'm gonna. Oh my god, I spelled it right.
And yeah, that's
Oh, so in between Greensboro and Winston-Salem.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
10 a.m. to 5 p.m. tomorrow. Come out and support Accents by Samantha. As play restarts here,
Planes are very expensive at the moment, Matthew.
Buffalo in the offensive zone, able to win the face-off. Zucker reverses it in deep. McAvoy from the far corner, up the wall, trying to get it out. The Bruins will. Out to center they come, but it's taken away by McLeod, and he one-hand slings it back into the Boston zone. Bruins struggling mightily to create chances, and Swayman's heading to the bench. Empty net for Boston here with 3.5 to go. McAvoy slingshots the puck into the Buffalo zone and back of the goal. Elias Lindholm feeds it this way. It was behind Geeky. Buffalo with a chance to clear the zone and maybe get out on an empty net. They have cleared the zone. Puck is over the line on the near side, and it's taken out to center at the red line. Shot down towards the empty net. Josh Norris scores! It's 4-1 Buffalo! Josh Norris, who did not play in the last couple of games of this series, returning to the lineup from injury tonight, hits the bullseye from the red line. And Buffalo is up by 3. A defensive masterclass in this third period from the Sabres. And they're just over 3 minutes away from celebrating like they haven't celebrated since 2007. Boston controls the face-off to restart play. They'll have to get Swayman out again as quickly as they can. But here they've cleared the puck in. Thought it may have been icing, but it hit a stick apparently. Timmins out of the far corner, trying to break it out. They do. Puck in the air up the near wall. Greenway couldn't settle it down. Swayman is gone again. Net is empty for Boston with an extra attacker out, but they trail by 3 with under 3 to go. And now play is stopped as the puck came out to center. Might have hit a stick of a Sabre on the bench. Tampa Bay and Montreal, by the way, still scoreless 5 minutes into overtime. But for Western New York, for Buffalo, and for Sabre fans here, there, and anywhere, this is about to be a celebration long, long, long overdue. Bruins win the draw at dead center. Swayman was back on, but now heads back out. Pasternak shoots in, and coming all the way out to the right of his crease to settle it down and get a whistle is Alex Lyon, who has been one heck of a hero in this series for Buffalo. After Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen started the first 2 games, they brought Lyon in to start Game 3, and he has been marvelous. Goals against just a smidge over 1. Save percentage over 950 rather. Bruins win the face-off. McAvoy triggers it into the far corner. It's taken away Thompson. He takes a shot towards the empty net from 180 feet away. It misses wide left, and that will be icing, but they have all the cushion in the world to shoot towards the empty net from beyond the red line with a 3-goal lead. Tyler Ankrum spins. Face-off comes to the right of Lyon. Tage Thompson, a gold medalist with the United States in Milan this winter. Taking the face-off with Pavel Zacha. Bruins able to win the draw from the left point. McAvoy got it to the half wall. Shot missed the net wide on the short side. Comes to Middlestat. Wedged in deep. Timmins staples Zacha to the end wall. It came back to Middlestat. Low to high, and McAvoy had it go right through his legs and all the way down into the Boston zone. Not enough to make it towards the empty net. Quick re-entry. Right wing and over the line. Middlestat takes it to the corner. Low to high play. Crashing down the slot. Pasternak shoots over the net high. He got to the rebound. High slot McAvoy to Geeky. A wheel around shot. Dragged it wide. Thompson loose puck out of the far corner. He'll lob it out towards the empty net. Misses wide. It'll be icing. Clock stops. 1:52 left.
Matthew Owens.
Yes.
You're always so surprised and so shocked. You and Seth are always so surprised, so shocked at how I am able to talk to one person and then go straight to talking to another person to then go back to talking to the same person.
Okay.
What you just did there was talk hockey and then go Tyler Antrim spins and then immediately talk hockey again.
Face off to the right of Lyon. Bruins win the draw. Got into the front. Asima could not pull the trigger in deep. Net empty for Boston. They need 3 goals in the next 105 seconds. Krebs off the near wall tried to rake it out towards the empty net. Instead, it came to the right point. Minter with a long wrister off a stick. It goes into the netting out of play.
It isn't just me who does it.
Alex Lyon. Well, the Lion King has been brilliant tonight. And might be his kingdom from here on out. I don't think they're going to pull him out from between the pipes. Buffalo wins the defensive zone draw. Timmins from behind the net shoots towards the empty net. It's wide. McAvoy and Benson tussling with each other. Benson was trying to beat out icing. It is icing. Then McAvoy gets up, and he's going after Benson. I was just thinking earlier, we haven't had a lot of the rough stuff tonight after whistles, but we get it here. And McAvoy, did McAvoy take a hack at Benson with his stick? Benson was trying to beat out icing. He and McAvoy came together racing for the loose puck. Benson is being taken to the sin bin here. Yeah, he definitely held McAvoy, and McAvoy goes down. That's why McAvoy gets up. Wow, and he took a swing at Benson with his stick. My goodness. Well, that should not only be a penalty on McAvoy. Obviously, the Bruins season's going to come to an end here tonight. But goodness, that should be punishable by more than... I mean, he's going to go to the penalty box too, but I mean, what does it matter for him? Now they're going to review this. I mean, McAvoy, good Lord, JT. Paul Bunyan swinging an axe at a tree. You know, do you have the Paul Bunyan story over there? Am I speaking tongues?
I think you're speaking a foreign language.
Oh, okay. That did not hit.
I
with
do
JT.
have the official's audio in my ears, so I will relay. However, hockey's a foreign language to me still, so
It's okay. Linesman with the tablet.
And let's use. Why are we using what looks like an iPad, not a monitor?
The linesmen do have the tablet up. Trent Knorr and Tyson Baker are the linesmen. Referees tonight, Gord Dwyer and Pierre Lambert. About to get the verdict, and JT will...
5-minute major for 73, 3-minute power play for Buffalo.
Okay, so it is a 5-minute major for McAvoy. That means his season is over now. They could let him out and let him go to the showers if they wanted to, because I think he and Benson are exchanging some words. Benson with a grin on his face. That's how a lot of Buffalo fans
that
are going
made
to
me
be
so
talking here.
confused.
What?
I thought that NASCAR Chasm tweet was actually being shown on Banana Ball.
Oh, we have an update from Montreal. Tampa has scored. Gage Gonsalves has scored in overtime for the Lightning. Tampa and Montreal are going to a Game 7 on Sunday. Wow. Tampa has won. They force Game 7 in Tampa against Montreal on Sunday. Oh, my goodness. Meanwhile, they're still trying to sort out some particulars here off of the penalty. 5-minute major is absolutely the right call there on McAvoy for just taking his stick and using it as a weapon, swinging at Benson. We've got 1:31 left on the clock here. That means I'm going to have to start making decisions. After NASCAR, do I want to do a hockey game 7 or a basketball game 7? Oh, decisions. Will probably all depend on when they get scheduled. Face-off will come at center in front of the Boston bench, far dot. Jeannot on the draw with McLeod. It's won by Jeannot. Hampus Lindholm will take the puck behind the Boston net. Wow, they've just cut away from the game to give a studio update of the Tampa goal. I am now not seeing pictures of this game because they cut away during live action to show the Tampa overtime goal. Now they're back. Not that any of this truly matters. The game is over, but here's Thompson cruising to the right circle with a shot off the skate of a Bruin. It comes to McLeod on the far wall. Buffalo going to end this series on the power play. Of course, power play has been atrocious in the series, which they're still going to win as we're inside the final minute. Dahlin from the left point down the wall to McLeod. Dahlin directs it to the right circle. Thompson leaves it for Byram out wide. Byram high to low Zucker. Zucker behind the net. Chipped on for Thompson. Now to the left point, McLeod. Back down the near wall, Thompson. Looks towards the net. Drops it for McLeod. High slot, Dahlin. Buffalo just playing keep away here as they wind down the last 30 seconds of what will be a first playoff series win for this franchise in nearly 20 years. Boston breaks out shorthanded with Jeannot in the far corner. Crowd gathers around him. Byram takes the puck away, gives to Dahlin behind the net. He will wait there for the final seconds to wind off the clock. Mayday! 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 On the 1st of May, 2026, somewhere, the great Rick Jeanneret is smiling ear to ear. Because the city of Buffalo, that has been so starved for playoff hockey for so long, finally they have feasted. And they won't have to wait very long to view a round 2 menu. The Buffalo Sabres have advanced to the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. What an iconic moment for this franchise and their proud fans that have gone through such incredible down years for so long. Buffalo wins it 4-1. They win the series and defeat the Boston Bruins in 6 games. The Boston Bruins season will come to an end, but for the Buffalo Sabres, a second round date with either the Tampa Bay Lightning or the Montreal Canadiens. Those two will, of course, play Sunday in a Game 7 to determine who moves on to play Buffalo. Handshake line forms. And Alex Lyon was such a hero in this series for the Buffalo Sabres. He goes through the handshake line with the respect not only of his teammates, but of course of so many of the Boston Bruins. Boston, a team that failed to make the playoffs last year and weren't picked by many to make the playoffs this year, but they had a really strong season with Joe Sacco at the helm. They scored 100 points on the year, finished 4th in the Atlantic, and made it in as the first wild card in the East. But this is all about the Buffalo Sabres. First playoff series win in 19 years. And for a team that just won a playoff series, despite being so abysmal on the power play, If they could just get the man advantage clicking, goodness gracious, this team could be oh so dangerous and make a real run for their first Stanley Cup. They will watch with the rest of us Game 7 on Sunday in Tampa Bay to see who they will play in the second round, whether it'll be the Bolts or the Habs. Either way, it'll be a tremendous series. Buffalo and Tampa had some great showdowns this year. Some classy Boston fans behind the glass. As ESPN interviews Alex Lyon. Well, that's it for Boston season. What was that, JT?
Oh boy, look out pit road.
Oh, wow, yeah. Stuart Friesen. JT, it's a win for Buffalo. And, well, this franchise just keeps on doing things that they haven't done in a long time this season. And their run for the Cup continues. Another hockey game in the books for you. Hope you enjoyed.
Indeed. That was battle for fifth.
Ouch. Yeah. Good hockey game. It isn't an NHL game on USN without distractions. Here we are. I don't think I'm going to stay up for the next 1 hour and 42 minutes and watch the end of this game. Not going to lie.
You're not.
I will catch the highlights.
I will tell you, the Raptors and Cavaliers are now in overtime in their Game 6. Toronto must win to stay alive. So,
shall we go and cover that then?
I must go to bed. Good gracious. When do I have to be up? I've got maybe 5 hours to sleep because I've got to be up very early because we got to be there at 7 in the morning to set up, and it starts at 10. I was like, is the setup really 3 hours? Apparently it is. So again,
Why do you need to be there for 3 hours for setup?
I don't know. I don't know how hefty setup is. But anyway, happy to do it. If you're in the Kernersville, North Carolina area tomorrow, please do come out and support Accents by Samantha, our good friends at Accents by Samantha. Oh, goodness. What is the place called that we're going to be? Oh, goodness. I should have known that. Oh, gosh. Hold on. Here we go. It's kind of a different name. Yes, come out to Muston and Crutchfield Food Market in Kernersville tomorrow, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. if you're in K-Vegas, and show your support. Buy all kinds of crafts, particularly from Accents by Samantha.
Is it by chart? Hold on. I have searched up on Google. Is it the Kernersville Spring Folly?
That may be it. Kernersville has a lot of follies and festivals and fretting
Okay.
on.
Awesome. Anyway,
Just
yeah,
coming up
nice.
with words.
Oh, they've gone red.
They've red flagged it, of course. For hockey fans, Game 6 between Utah and Vegas is just about to start. You can watch that game on ESPN in America, Sportsnet in Canada, and, other places in other places. We will be here tomorrow on the channel as we will be bringing you Game 7 between the Boston Celtics and the Philadelphia 76ers, and there will be at least one hockey Game 7 on Sunday with Tampa Bay and Montreal. There will be at least one basketball Game 7 Sunday, so we'll share the schedule with you as it becomes available. We say goodnight for JT, Matthew Owens signing off. It's Buffalo who wins it and advances in the Stanley Cup playoffs for the first time in nearly 20 years.